And we're live. Welcome to another Dash 28 battle report. They're still finishing up just a little bit of deployment here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to bring up the table because this one is very obstacle heavy and actually is quite interesting. So what do you guys think?
This is be a great map for a lot of Strider, but being that a lot of forces don't have access to a lot of it, this is going to be interesting. Scenarios raised, correct?
That's correct.
Yep.
Personally, I don't think that I mind it much. It's actually, I think, pretty balanced. You swap the woods down in the bottom for blocking terrain on top, but you've got narrow zones, you got obstacles in front of it, you got obstacles off to the flanks. It looks, to me, fairly balanced. It is interesting that you would have that where that you're going to have to go across to the other side though in order to claim objectives. That could be a challenge.
Yeah.
And where they deploy their objectives, or their objectives is really going to matter. Those obstacles make really nice points to set up and just hunker down and start claiming an enemy objective, and saying, "Hey, charge through an obstacle to get to it." I just finished my game a couple of hours ago, and those were really handy for disrupting charges and providing some cover.
Right. And by balance, you mean equally crappy for both opponents.
That's exactly what I mean. Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Those obstacles make a good position to just hunker down. So it forces you to sort of play the more defensive part of Raise, where you're just like, I'm going to deny you from burning off these tokens.
Right.
All right. And here's the table so far with their raised tokens already placed.
I do think that the Salamander has a bit of an advantage because it does have the potential for a lot of shooting.
Yes.
And so that could negate some of the effect of the obstacles.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a handful of lightning bolt in the ogre list, but not a whole lot of shooting otherwise.
Or it looks like they're doing Vanguard moves or Scout moves. Looks like. Is that what they're doing?
That's what I think they're doing. Yeah, Ember Straits are moving up.
Okay. So, we'll probably be talking about here when they talk about their list, but Ryan Munsell's bringing his Salamanders, and Mike Szedlmayer is bringing Ogres. So this will be an interesting matchup.
I know Ryan's been playing Salamanders for quite a long time now, since last Masters, and I think he's kind of got it down to a pretty well-oiled machine at this point. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Right. I mean, and Mike's no slouch either, but I'm not certain he's got as many reps with Ogres. Like I said, he's not a local player of mine, but I know him. Basically, met him a couple of times at tournaments and through reputation, but not certain if Ogres is his,
And it is interesting that down here on the bottom with this building, that they're playing that graveyard in the front as kind of a height one. Is that how it was on the map?
No, actually, on the map it was just one big impassable, but that's the same thing with the last game, actually, that was just on where they played it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I noticed it. I wouldn't have paid attention to it otherwise.
Right. I mean, I like it when you have those sort of combo pieces of terrain where you have an impassable with a difficult or
difficult.
It makes it more interesting than just oh, look, this is forest. There's nothing really. I just have to get to the forest. Versus oh, there's a fence at the end of that forest, so I gotta deal with that one as well. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at this map, I think there's a lot of inherent terrain mitigation for the and a lot of speed for the Salamanders. I think it's going to favor them trying to pick up objectives.
Right.
Yeah, we certainly shall see. We're expecting the players to jump in any moment here, and then we'll kind of go through the lists and let them get going.
Yeah, hey, what do you guys? Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, no problem. I'm good.
I was going to say, what do you guys think about how that the tokens for the salamanders are on the right-hand side, and he's got no units over there?
Yeah, that seems a little odd to me. I'm wondering if he's maybe planning on taking that Phoenix over there later in the game.
Maybe. I mean, it'd be interesting to see how he thinks about that. On the plus side, I mean, what does Mike have over there? Two
Tyrants
hordes,
have Pathfinder, do they not?
I believe.
One's got boots.
Yeah, one of them has J boots, but I don't think they have Pathfinder inherently.
The other one's got sharpness. So yeah. Oh yeah, not inherently.
Yeah, I don't think they have them built in.
No,
so.
they don't. I just looked.
Scorchwings
Can you
have
hear
it.
us?
Oh, there we go.
I hear people.
Can, yeah.
I can't understand your audio.
Hey, Mike. Yeah.
Mike, can you hear us?
I can hear you, but the audio quality is really
Mike?
bad.
No.
Okay.
Okay. So what we're gonna do, I guess, is we'll get you to go through your list while we're waiting for Ryan.
Yeah, okay, I can hear you now. Ryan should be here in a sec. He just went to get his laptop.
No problem. All right, Mike, go ahead and take us through your list.
So I've got a troop of Goblin Scouts, which is chaff to get in the way. Hunters with Dwarven Ale. Got 3 regiments of Berserker Braves in my power chaff. I've got a J-Boots horde of Berserkers, Pathfinder horde of Berserkers, a Wrath Siegebreaker horde, 2 Warlocks, both with Drain Life, one with Conjurer's Staff, one with Boomstick, Army Standard with Loot of Darkness, and Nomagorok. And as allies, I've got Doppelgangers and a Shade.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, I really like the Night Stalker ally. The Shade can do a lot of good work.
The Shade has been wonderful for my ogres.
Yeah.
Mobile Dread is nothing to sneeze at.
You know, it's interesting though, because his ogres mostly have brutal, so it's not
That's true.
the dread's not actually adding in a whole lot.
It's just the ability to reach out and touch stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
My ogres, I was just really struggling before because I like to have a hero where I can go out and get war machines or stop a hard hitter, and ogres just don't have that. They've only got the goblin heroes, and they kind of suck.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the first thing that I was noticing, and I think Doppelgangers was a good choice for the unlock for that.
Yeah, we can hear you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan.
Cool. I was originally trying a horde of scarecrows, which worked pretty good. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you, Ryan. Can you hear us?
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Cool.
Ryan, can you hear us?
Oh my gosh.
It took a second for the audio to work for me.
Right.
All right. I'm just going to swap over to his list here.
All right.
Oh, his laptop just died.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Aha. All right. I tell you what. I will just go through Ryan's list here. We'll keep things moving. There we go. Just give me a sec.
He's got some expensive units here.
He does have some really big units. He's got 2 troops of ancients with that defense 6 and inspiring. The big ubiquitous ceremonial guard unit with the brew of strength.
Yeah.
That's pretty much in every single salamander list.
Is it?
Oh yes, it is. 2 hordes of tyrants. One with the J boots, the other one with sharpness. 30 attacks hitting on 3s is pretty juicy. Scorchwings, a horde, just with the staying stone, so 15, 16. That's kind of nice. 2 regiments of Ember sprites, 2 Lecodons, Fire Drake, Phoenix, and a Clan Lord on a Raptor with the latest slashing. And then our Tackle, who is kind of a fun guy too. So it's an interesting list. I've seen Ryan play this for quite a while. In fact, he's been playing a list very similar to this, other than the Troops of Ancients, for probably a good 8 months now. So he should be pretty well practiced with this.
Well, I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah. Here's Ryan coming in now.
All right.
Try this again.
So,
Can you hear us, Ryan?
Yeah,
Ryan,
good.
can you hear us?
Sorry, my laptop has
Awesome.
been in the bag for a couple
Yeah, no
weeks.
problem.
I assume that
So I actually just went over your list, so I don't know if there's anything kind of comments you want to make on the list at all itself, or do you want to just head over to deployment?
I've not played with it before.
You played with very similar lists.
It's my
to
first
this,
game with it, but I played similar lists, so it's not. I mean,
Okay, Ryan, since you're at the top of the screen, I'm going to get you to go through your deployment.
yeah.
Left
If you
to
guys
right.
want, we just go over to deployment. It's been slowed down a little bit by technical difficulties.
No problem.
As soon as it pops up, I'll do that.
Okay.
Is it not? Is it gonna pop up on the screen here? Or do I need to go?
Did
my
it
desktop?
not pop up for you?
I can see it.
Not on mine.
Okay, let's go through yours, Mike, I guess. Bottom, left to right.
Trying, I think.
Yeah, so I've got my J Boots guys down there. I originally wasn't going to deploy this way. I was going to deploy more center heavy, but then I decided I didn't want to face the ceremonial guard head on. So I'm going to try and come in from the sides. But I got the J Boots there. I figured it'll get me over the wall. Just got some regiments out front. Those guys get to take the first charge. And those are my doppelgangers. I'm hoping I'll get to hit something with them. And there's some goblins to get in the way if need be. There's the shade to be irritating. Siege breakers that can just barely get out of the woods in 6 inches. Loot guy. That's the boomstick guy. Can conveniently get the dude over the hill.
Yeah.
The regiment. Hunters to hide in the woods and be ensnary. There's no Magorok. He's going to have a hard time with the woods in front of him. But at least he can heal. There's another regiment. And Conjurer staff guy. And there's my Pathfinder ogres at the right.
All right. Can you see the table now, Ryan?
Yeah. So left to right, I have my Scorchwings up there. He has a lot of lightning bolt, and they're pretty squishy. So I had to put him back on. If I don't get first turn, I didn't want them to get just shot off the board. Then I have the Mounted Clan Lord and the Fire Drake there. Wasn't sure which side to put them on. Seemed like there was less shooting over there. Then I have Ember Sprites and Tyrants with J Boots in the field. Lakelladon after that. And then Ancient's Troop. They're just kind of there to be a good inspiring source, second line unit. Ceremonial Guard with Strength. Phoenix in the back. Another Ancient Troop. Lakelladon in front of them. and then Sharpness Tyrants, and more Ember Sprites in front of those. And our Tackle in front of the house.
Oh yeah, he's hiding
Or
out.
tower, whatever that is. Yep.
There he is.
Which I forgot to scout.
Okay,
So that's it.
awesome. Well, good luck to both you guys. I guess we will let you go so you can go and get your game on.
All right, thanks.
All right, good luck,
Good
gentlemen.
luck.
Yeah, good luck to both of you.
All right, let's give him a second to get logged out completely, and then we can discuss our thoughts.
Well, it's really interesting looking to see how Ryan's army is rather centrally, or at least together, whereas it seems like Mike's got two separate wings and not much in the middle, which is, in my opinion, not bad if you've got a fast army, but ogres are notoriously not that fast, so it's not like he's going to envelop anything, or not likely to envelop anything. Just interesting.
Yeah. Felix, it's funny that you say that because when I was looking at their lists, he had some points. He could have put a haste on one of his berserkers and pushed it out to a 7-inch move, and I think that would have maybe helped to gain more space.
I mean, he could have paired him with the hunters at that point. You know, you've had 2 units at speed 7.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting, the choice of artifacts and where they went and so on.
Although I think here the ogres are more consistently fast. Like they don't have any super slow units.
So this is a berserker list, though, right? There's wild charge D3 on all these units, right?
Right.
A lot of them.
On 3 of the, was it 3 regiments and 2 hordes? Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, but that's a lot of. Well, the more interesting part, that's a lot of units that just need to. They have to die. You can't waver them. So like they're either there putting in a load of attacks into you, or they're dead. And so Ryan is really going to have to just knock them out. Just, you know, he can't afford to grind with them. So that'll be interesting.
Do you think that he will consolidate his lightning bolts at some point, and so he can focus fire them on single units?
He could do that pretty quickly to the center.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, right now it's probably just going to be in that ceremonial guard as the target, which I'm sure Ryan would be thinking if he's shooting at the ceremonial guard rather than the tyrants, he'll take that.
Yeah.
Those tyrants are pretty much going to smoke just about everything they hit.
Yeah. Especially the sharpness. Like, to be honest, they might as well be Pathfinder, except the fact that they can't march through woods.
Yeah, it's just expensive Strider at that point. Like, super expensive Strider.
Yeah.
But
it is interesting, like what you guys were mentioning at first, like the fact that, you know, these 2 objectives over here, like Ryan really placed his markers there, but didn't really leave himself anything to go get them with.
Right. You think that might be one of his things where he just goes 90 degrees with the scorch wings and just starts flying across the table?
I think that'd be more likely with the Fire Drake, probably.
Or the Phoenix. Phoenix can get
The Phoenix with its radiance, though, still wants to kind of be central, right? So
it does, but it has
wherever things are taking wounds.
I mean, you definitely want the Phoenix there supporting the line, but Mike has to always be aware that Phoenix, if he abandons the right, that Phoenix is over there in little time grabbing those objectives. So that forces him to keep some presence over there that can, deal with the Phoenix. So
Yeah. I'm thinking that this is where that shade from the Night Stalkers will come in handy.
Right.
Because I'll tell you, I think that shade could probably take on that Phoenix.
yeah, I could definitely tie it down for a while.
Right.
So and because it's an individual, it has the advantage of positioning in the sense of a pivot before move and all that. So
Yeah.
he can.
It looks
he
like
can
they're
shoot
having
everything.
It looks like they're having technical difficulties. I don't see Mike as actually being allowed to play yet. I'm wondering if Ryan's having problems giving it to him.
So have they even rolled for first turn yet, or is it still
No,
just?
no.
They have not. No. There we go.
There we
I think we're good going now.
We're gonna roll.
And the scout, we took the scout move with his
Oh, there we go.
with our tackle.
Okay, so he's letting him take the
Yeah.
take the scout move.
Oh, that's nice.
That's awfully gentlemanly of him.
I thought so. But my experience has been that everybody pretty much that I've played online has been really good sports. So things like that, generally, if you catch them early enough, people haven't had any problem with it. I imagine that was the case here.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like we should be giving out paint scores, though. The salamanders are really
They're really good. Yeah, Ryan's
causing my
definitely
eyes to
working.
See, that's where I would just find his army and copy it for my Salamander's army.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
Like,
I have several of these.
I would just change a couple colors so it doesn't blatantly look like I'm copying, and then
Yeah, change the
Change the base, just the base color,
that's right. Done that for most of my Northern Alliance army. I've just found like Varangur units where I can, and just change up the base of.
I like this doppelganger unit.
I like that right there. Yeah, that looks really nice.
Yeah, there are a
That's
lot
a
of things.
clever idea for doppelgangers too.
Oh, yeah, that's neat.
Oh, there's a clock.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna assume the second number is correct.
All you can do, really.
We'll see if it starts when they start.
So I actually have not had the opportunity to play Kings of War on a tabletop. Now that UB has the straightforward lines and so on and some of the improvements, is it faster or slower to play this online?
I actually find that it's all because you don't have to pull all your models out and set up the table. I can set up a table to start playing in about 3 minutes.
Right.
Because what I do is I'll just set up a table whenever I've got time, and then I just save all the units for a particular army into a save slot.
So what about gameplay itself? Once the table is set up.
It's about the same now with the lines. It used to be really fiddly without the straight lines, trying to get particular pivots right. Now it's actually it's pretty smooth.
Okay.
And I have to say, not having to count up 60 dice on a flank speeds things up too.
Right.
That portion I agree with, Dan. Chris, I think you and I have chatted about this a little bit. I think it plays very, very much the same in terms of speed and everything else. People that I know in person who are slow players take this like molasses on this. People who I know who are generally quick players play generally quickly. So I think it's more a temperament thing than anything else. To me, it plays very similar.
I think with the latest improvements, it's not as much. You're able to play the game versus trying to play the program. Trying to get it. I mean, it still slows me down a little bit more. I'm generally a quick player, but yeah, generally it goes about as quickly as games I normally play. So, which is nice. It's nice to at least somewhat replicate that.
And Felix, do you think that the amount of time that you spend counting out the 30 dice that were mentioned kind of makes up for the extra amount of time that you spend in maybe some of the fiddly parts of the move?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I personally love counting a lot of dice. Absolutely love it. I had a 93 dice attack at Lady of the Lake 2 years ago, and my opponent offered me ones. I was like, no, this is happening.
You're going to take it.
Yeah. I was like, no, I drove 14 hours.
Wait, did you snake ice that? That's what I want to know.
No. I ended up putting like 40-something wounds on a Revenant Cav regiment and just demolished it.
Yeah.
Well, my opponent even offered me snakes. He's like, hey, man, I'll give you snakes. I was like, no, I got 19 minutes left on this clock. This is happening. Turns out I brought 93 dice with me to Lady of the Lake, including my nerve dice, just everything into a bag, and just like a little kid on Christmas, just dumped it all on the table.
No, that's too funny.
Just giggling. So, okay, so Ryan got first, and he's moving up the board as you do.
It looks pretty. It's interesting because he's coming straight ahead through the woods. I would have thought that he would at least come and then angle a little bit to the right side of the screen.
Mm-hmm. With the tyrants, you mean?
To at least toe into the woods so they can see.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
I don't think because it's got to be leader point. I don't think there was any way he was getting that in there.
Not.
Yeah, that might be.
Do you think he's just trying to bait? Hoping for a charge against those Ember Sprites?
Absolutely, I would.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But I don't think that's too obvious. I don't think that's going to get taken.
Right.
He might do it with the Berserker Brave Regiment because that's like chaff on chaff.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, it's also a good spot to go ahead and pile on some lightning bolt. I mean,
for the tyrants, I'm not surprised they're behind because they are only defense 4. They have a tendency to be a bit fragile from lightning bolts and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm really not surprised by that.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like he's definitely keeping the Phoenix centered for now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because I mean, he's got to keep Mike honest on the other flank. So he's got to keep something over there. Otherwise, Mike's strong flank just walks over and just claims 2 objectives, and voila.
Right.
I'm curious what Ryan's going to do with those Scorch Wings. He's got him way back there now. Can he even move up to shoot anything? Is he within 28-ish?
Oh yeah, because they're 18-inch range on the.
Yeah.
It doesn't really look like it.
Yeah, I don't think.
And they are steady aim, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah. So they can fly their full 10 and shoot if they have targets, but it looks like it'd be a stretch.
So, I wonder if that's going to come back and bite him. Just a threat of lightning bolts, keeping him out of the game for a turn already.
Yeah.
Yeah, there he's working with him.
Yeah, he's just double moving them. I wasn't really paying attention that the Cult of Fire Drake is just a Fire Drake. It's not a Clan Lord on the Fire Drake. So there's no wings on that guy.
Right, it's walking.
Right. Yeah, and he's got the Clan Lord on a horse.
Such a plebeian Fire Drake.
Walking pedestrian.
Yeah, very.
I can see why the Clan Lord did not choose him. No wings.
I wonder why he opted for the 2 separate pieces instead of putting the Clan Lord on a Drake. That is a beefy unit.
Yeah, the 15 attacks on 4s. I see
Right.
sharpness on him a lot for the 3+, right? He becomes
Yeah.
really beefy.
That's Ryan. That's what Ryan does too. He'll put it on there. So 15 attacks on 3s and crush 3. Nice. Yikes. That'll do work.
Oh, yeah.
So it looks like he's going to pot some wounds on this Warlock, or try to, with our tackle.
That's not a bad choice either. He's not
Yeah.
real super high nerve.
2
So,
wounds.
couple of wounds, yeah. Oh, that's right. He's vicious. So still 2 wounds.
3. Yeah, 3 wounds. Yeah.
Yeah, I think our tackle's only defense 4. So that 3
There we
should
go.
have.
And a Carpal's piercing. There we go.
Right.
That's good.
And lightning's piercing.
Oh, he's got is it blow darts or something like that? Our tackle's got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
So
He doesn't have steady aim though, so
He's an individual, so it comes automatically, doesn't it?
I think so.
That's a good question.
Making me get my rule books out. Let's see.
Yeah, sorry, Felix.
From the last time I was doing one of the -28 casts.
Yeah, let me pop it up.
But he also should have taken a cover penalty with it.
He should have, yes.
No. Blowpipes ignore cover, right?
I don't think so.
Do they?
Yeah, I think they do, actually.
No,
Well, they didn't second. I'm not certain about now,
Good point.
but they did in second.
Yes, you do have steady aim if you're an individual. Interesting. Okay, so maybe he took a penalty just from the cover because he's 3+, making him 4+ if there's cover. So he hit on a 4 and 2 5s.
Well, our tackle, his frontage is actually out of the woods.
There you go.
Oh, well,
Yeah. So, but it didn't matter. A 1, a 2, and then a 4, 5, 5.
right.
The Ember Sprites were hitting on 5s, though, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
All these dice rolls.
I don't know. What do you think about him spreading those out instead of concentrating fire?
For his lightning bolts?
No,
For the,
this is the
fire
salamander
Oh,
shooting with the
Our tackle.
fire bolts and the
Well, yeah, that's a good question. Rather than just focusing fire on the warlock, but
I don't know. I can't tell if it's in range or not.
for
It was
which?
just out.
for this
From the Ember Sprites.
Ember Sprites.
Oh, no, it
these
wasn't in
Ember
range.
Sprites are way out.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
All right, so that's
Cool.
now it's Mike's turn.
Yeah.
Bottom of 1.
So it seems to me that Mike wants to run forward and beat face. Like that's really his goal is to get into combat as fast as possible.
Ogres do anything else?
I think they have a shooting unit somewhere in the army.
Maybe 1 or 2. Yeah.
Although even their shooting units, if they're not the shooters, tend to want to get a little up close anyways.
Right.
Oh, here goes the shade into trying to
Into
lock
the
down these
flyer.
torch wings.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
a good move. I like that.
Yeah, I
Yep.
do too.
I think the
Because
Scorchwing won that fight.
nothing's protecting them against that attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going anywhere. Oh, yeah, there we go. And they're going to hit back with 12 attacks. What's the defense on the shade?
Oh, I think the idea is that I think Ryan's mentioning here that he did not
Intend to
notice
be
the
with
shade, and I'm guessing they're playing a nice friendly game.
They are
There you
playing it friendly. That's twice that he's been given an advantage there.
Sweep the leg, no mercy, Mike.
Yeah, Mike's going for the Sportsman Award, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the defense on the scorch strings is 3.
Yeah. That's
And they
better.
only have 12 attacks. They're not.
Yeah. No, that's a great
they're not
attack
good.
if that happens.
Right. So yeah,
Yeah.
they hit on 3s in melee, but they don't have any. They only have Thunderous, and so he would already
Right.
strip the Thunderous. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a defense 5, and he's getting 5 attacks to their 12.
I still think he'd win that grind though, just because.
He will in long term, but might take
Clan
2.
Lord right there.
Yeah, just because. Yeah, I'm trying to think. So they'd hit maybe 9 times, but with the defense 5 and no crushing or thunderous, 2 or 3 wounds. I mean, if you're lucky.
Yeah, something like that.
Now, here's
he's
what I
getting 5. So
here's what I wonder about: can the doppelgangers get to the ceremonial guard?
Whew. That would be something.
Yeah. That would be something.
There's plenty of targets that those doppelgangers went into. Some tyrants, or
The tyrant would be nice. Yeah.
good old 30 attacks, because they take their crushing as well, right?
They take their crushing and their number of attacks and their melee value, whatever it happens to be.
Yeah.
Right.
So that'd be 30 attacks on 4s and 2s.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they can still be bane chanted. And if it's an ally, so you can't have an item. But if you had an item, it would still count.
Right.
Yeah.
But
the thing
is that the tyrants are only defense 4 anyway, so that crushing 2 just you don't need bane chant that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You'd still be wounding on 2s, so yeah, you're probably good decent chunk of. You probably put him in the double-digit wounds at that point if you're hitting the tyrants. So may not kill him in the first go, but they definitely would be hurting at that point if you manage to get doppelgangers into them. But it's interesting though, because right now the way the ogre berserker regiment is, it's kind of shielding the doppelgangers from anything not the Drake, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's actually trying to protect the doppelganger. I don't think he's trying to rush him in too soon.
Yeah.
Can that clan? Oh, go ahead. I was going to say, can that clan lord? Can that see that far left regiment of berserkers?
Looks like.
Past that fire drake. I think he just can. He's in reach. I'm just wondering if Mike just set himself up for a triple charge there, and if he did, if it'd be worth taking. There's not a whole lot looking that way. Not a whole lot with punch looking that way. And, let me see if I can figure it out real quick. What? So we're looking at maybe 8 hits from the Scorch Wings. Call that about 5-ish wounds. The the Fire Drake's probably good for another 5, and then the Clan Lord might be good for 2 or 3. Wonder if that was intentional. If you saw that, that's a pretty reasonable chance of deleting that unit and leaving the Clan Lord on the outside, so that if the doppelgangers turn and charge, they're just hitting a 5-attack Clan Lord.
Yeah, which isn't that great.
I wonder if Ryan will see that and if he'll be tempted to take it.
Is this on the ogre?
It's on this berserker.
Far left.
J boot.
I got a berserker horde on the far left.
Yeah.
That's the one that has the J boots as well. So
Yeah.
it might be worth the risk to try to take it.
Let's do a triple charge there.
I wonder if there's enough room along the frontage, however, if it's a triple charge.
If you click on that regiment of berserkers in front, it'll tell the lines will tell us how far it is to the edge of the board. Oh, there you go. That'll work. Yeah, it's close. It got maybe 9 inches there.
It is under 8 inches. It's just barely over 7.
It's a lot of numbers. I don't do math.
So That's 1, 2, 3, 4. They could not. He could not get all 3 units in there.
75.
He can get 2, but he can't get all 3.
100. Yeah, I don't think he can quite. I think he can only get 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 10. Yeah, it's about 10 inches of frontage. Okay. Yeah. It looks like maybe just 9 inches of space, or maybe a hair less.
It's
Oh, yeah, that's not a 6-inch wide unit. Okay, yeah. So that's
under 8.
That's maybe Scorch Wings and the Clan Lord, or yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's any more.
So interesting. Looks like he took the charge on the right in the forest with the regiment chaff on chaff fight.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that one.
Yeah, that makes sense. Gives him the, puts him in the position of charge me or get charged.
Yeah, and he's got the hunters and the berserkers with the Pathfinder angled in there, so that if the tyrants come down, the ones that are on the far right, if they come down into that, they just get mugged. So
that might be a little bit too close, though. Those tyrants do have D3 wild charge, but I guess they're behind the woods actually, so they can't be seen.
They're behind the woods, so they can't see those things yet. So they have no real choice except to go into the Berserker Brave Regiment.
Yeah, because they can't quite pivot past this to get to these hunters.
So assuming that those sprites die, which they should, if you're Ryan, do you then chaff up with the Gilladon and buy yourself a turn, or do you put your tyrants in there and maybe lose them on the crackback?
It's a good question.
If he puts the tyrants in there to kill that Brave Regiment, he loses the tyrants, I think. Because I think the berserkers on the outside would be in a flank, and nobody's going to be hindered.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's possible. Like on the countercharge in, I think it's possible to bring both of these units to be front afterwards.
Yeah.
But I still think that's going to hurt too badly.
Yeah, I think you're right. So it'll be interesting to see what he does now that there's that regiment, likely on its own in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Might be able to bring some shooting over to it.
What are we doing here? We're doing some shooting, it looks like.
Yep. Looks like 3 wounds in our tackle. And then let's see, where are we at? So that's lightning bolt. 15 shots. What is that? Oh, that's the, so we're into combat now.
Yeah, they must be in combat.
So 6 wounds and nerve roll 8. That's wrong. Yeah.
That was expected.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that surprises anybody. Oh, he went forward an inch. Looks like. Nope, backed up.
Oh, backwards an inch. Okay.
Yeah, that's not a bad choice either. Pull him closer to him.
Well, especially since the tyrants are on the other side of the woods, right? So they don't really have a lot of line of sight.
Right. So if you're Ryan now, do you back up on that flank? Yeah, we'd be real curious to see what he does. Those hunters can see through the woods now, so they've got some reach.
My guess is our tackle is going to try and turn off shooting on one of these 2 guys.
Well, I don't know if it's me with 3 wounds on that warlock already. I'd see if I could get that off the table. See if there's any opportunities there.
The downside is a failure. I think you got line of sight. Where I think if you go with Nom, you're in a safe position regardless.
Oh, you're talking about charging him. Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Only takes 1. Let's see. So our tackle has Duelist doesn't apply. He's really just got 5 attacks on 3s and Vicious. So yeah, he can probably do
A
a
decent chance. Yep.
good shot.
And like I said, by being there, he's in a safe position. And I don't think Nom is fighty, is he? I think it's just 3 attacks, crush 1.
He's mostly a spellcaster. That's correct.
Support character.
5 attacks, crush 1, melee 4+. So he probably wins that grind, but if he's
Yeah,
shut,
especially since our tackle's already got 3 wounds on him and he's only 11-13.
but you could shut him down for a turn, maybe 2 of casting that way.
Yeah, I don't know if that's probably that great.
No, I don't like that move either. I actually think he's in real trouble on that right flank.
So it looks like he's going in with the Tyrants and the Fire Sprites here on that hindered charge. I like this because it's just the Siege Breakers that can respond. It'd be really bad if he doesn't break them, but I think he's got a pretty good chance.
Do we know if he used his boots?
That is a good question.
They're still sitting up there underneath the 3 marker, I think. No, let's see. It does not look like he's going to.
I mean, that's 30 attacks on 5, so
Yeah.
Still pretty stout. And the other thing is that it gives him unit strength on that token, so he's going to burn that token off.
Exactly.
right. Even if they don't break, he can still burn.
Yeah,
off the
regardless of what happens, he's going to.
But if they don't break, he loses that unit to the shield breakers.
right,
Totally.
but okay.
Unless
yeah.
he's planning on charging them. Aha. With
There we
the fire break.
He's going to hit the.
Oh, he's going to try and
Going
follow
for the
him up by
mag.
hitting
Ogre
the
Mage.
warlock. Can he fit?
Ooh,
It does
Yeah.
appear so.
It
Yeah.
sure
Yeah,
does.
he sure can.
Wow.
Well, that's interesting.
Can he make that move? Is the guy nimble? Clown
Yeah, he's nimble.
The fire drake.
Yep.
the fire drake. He is, yeah. So he can certainly make that charge.
Yeah. Show enough.
Interesting.
Wow. I learned something about the
and he
fire
has
drake.
enough of an angle he can get that little front corner anyway, and still then pick up and set down. So
Mhm.
even if he
Yeah.
weren't, he should be able to get there.
It might be a tough squeeze with the way the fire drake, the Ember Sprites are, to hit that guy first before hitting these siege breakers. But with nimble, it's not even an issue.
Yeah, good point.
Is here the siege breaker problem? Oh, so he's putting something in there.
Clan lord.
He's
Here you can
it's
see-
just a
He's seeing.
it's a
Yeah.
it's a proxy. He's trying to see whether or not.
Gotcha.
He could only get the clan lord there. He cannot get the fire drake because it's not enough space.
Yeah, that's what
Right.
we talked about.
Yeah.
That's. I don't know if I like that charge. He's going to lose a unit on the crackback pretty easily.
Yeah, I don't think the Scorch Wings and the Lord is enough.
That's really not.
Yeah, because they're what, dash 17? The Berserker?
Dash 18.
Dash 18? Okay.
The dash
Yeah.
18.
Yeah.
Are they inspired at the moment?
They are.
The berserkers, they're inspired by the ogre magi themselves, aren't they? Don't ogre magi inspire berserkers?
Yeah, but there isn't really
I
an ogre
believe
magi over
so,
there.
but there is a BSB within 6 inches, so.
Oh, there is a
Yeah.
BSB there.
I mean, he's looking at, on a good day, 10 twice. That's not a great charge.
No.
Also, the clan lord's an individual, so he could lose both units. if
Right, he
did
charges
that.
the clan lord, takes that out, and then moves
And
forward
then
and takes
takes-
the Scorchings out.
Yeah.
So I'm not a big fan of him even committing the Scorch Wings this early. I
Yeah.
think it just because this is his big ace in the hole mobile unit, getting
Right.
it tied up anywhere. Just especially with how fragile they are. You're just at that point you're taking away a threat.
Especially at the top of 2.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's probably better off shooting with them for a couple of turns. And he can stay out of charge reach and do that.
Makes good sense.
I actually was kind of hoping he would take that Fire Drake into that Warlock, unless they decided that he couldn't fit somehow.
It was pretty clean. And that Drake's, what's height 6 probably? Yeah, so I can easily see.
Yep. It's interesting because that's one I didn't see actually, and I think that would be a really solid play. I think he's got a really good chance of picking that thing up.
Right.
Oh, yeah. And even if he doesn't, it protects that flank while they finish that regiment. Now there are tyrants right there,
Right.
threatening
everything.
I can't remember. Did it actually give the siege breakers a flank on them? I think it did. And I think that might be why he didn't take it. Because I think the way the Fire Drake sits, I think it's kind of somewhere around like that.
Right.
I think that's definitely a flank for those siege breakers.
So he'd have to win and slide sideways.
I think actually it'd be a pivot to face.
He would be flush up against those sprites. I'm not sure how much pivot he'd have.
He could turn 90 degrees because if he can fit the front on there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then it's a front charge, and that's fine.
Yeah, because the Drake's defense 5 and 16-18, it's pretty solid.
Right.
Yep. And here come the ceremonial guard up the middle.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
So sidestep and put chaff in the way. Okay. Over there in the forest.
I mean, you almost kind of have to because those hunters have Pathfinder, if I remember correctly. So
yeah, hunters are Pathfinder, and on the far right, the Berserker Horde is Pathfinder. So,
right. So I mean, that's a whole lot of units that don't give a crap about that forest that could just charge in and delete whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
He decides to speed bump with.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Trying to skirt line of sight using the edge of the forest here to be, I guess, in line of sight, I guess is the idea. So
he wants to do the shooting.
He wants to be able to shoot. Yeah. That's true. My guess is the Lycodon is likely going to also fire in there and try and pick up that Warlock.
And he's trying to make sure that he's going to be outside of the charge reach of the Berserker Braves. If you look, he's just... I mean, the Berserker Braves would have to get a 3 on their wild charge.
To hit our tackle?
No, they're within.
To get to our tackle.
They're well within.
Sure would. They're speed 6, right?
Yeah.
And with 3 is...
They're within 12.
It's 15. So...
I think you're reading one line.
I think it's real close.
No, this is a 12-inch line right up here.
Yeah, he's at 11 right now.
The Braves on the right? On the far right? There we go. Yeah,
just beyond it.
Yeah, that was just out. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But I mean, with our tackle having 3 wounds already, I mean, a regiment could conceivably
anything
totally picked up. Yeah.
Yeah, anything would wreck him.
The thing there is that if that Berserker Brave gets up in that area, he's going to claim that token and he's going to turn the corner. He's going to come down the flank on the right-hand side.
I mean, he doesn't have to even kill our tackle. He just has to be like still within 3 inches of.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think he can claim that token as it is if he wants it at this stage, but he's at risk of getting attacked.
Right, but I mean, you do that. I mean, he's already taken care of a chaff on that side of that flank and claimed a token. So I mean, that's really good use of 145 points or something like that for a troop or a regiment of berserkers. I mean, I trade 145 points for that. Yep. Yeah, I trade 140 points to take out my opponent's chaff on one flank and then claim a token and raise.
Yeah. So it looks like he is. Oh, it looks like he's trying to bottle up the siege breakers instead.
Yeah,
This isn't necessarily a bad play. No. Yeah. he's got to keep his tyrants alive. So I don't think
Yeah.
the siege breakers had to be dealt with somehow. I'd kind of like that charge against the warlock. I don't know what the odds would actually be. What's the warlock's nerve?
Well, the problem is, if you killed the warlock, you wouldn't be able to advance into the siege breakers. So
No, but he could at least turn and give front, so he's not being flanked by the.
right.
Warlock's at 12-14. Figure you average 5 wounds from a fire drake. So it's the way we're nice to break with a reroll. I don't like that.
No.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. If he clears out all of the stuff that's in the way down there, assuming that the siege breakers live through, which I think they should, this puny little troop of red goblin scouts will take the fire drake in the flank.
But that's it, though.
Wow.
It's not the doppelgangers can't see, just barely.
But he doesn't. He just needs to pile on wounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, the doppelgangers are out of it. The berserkers are out of it.
So he has those doppelgangers awfully close to that unit in front, to that regiment of braves.
Mm-hmm.
In there. I wonder if you put the clan lord into them, if it can see, just to bottle that up for a turn or two.
I don't think he'd be able to see.
I don't think.
Because
I'm not sure. I can see.
If he pivots, he probably can't see around the hill.
Yeah, I think he'd have to move up and then the next turn be able to do it if, whatever.
Or if he just runs up within an inch of them, that's the doppelganger at his turn.
I'm picking up what you're throwing down, though. Doing something to just prevent the doppelgangers from getting unleashed at the bottom of turn 2.
Yeah, and the clan lord is mighty. The problem then is, I think, actually that forces these scorch wings in here. So then he probably is going to put the guy 1 inch away here then.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's just doubling it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interessante.
I don't like this at all.
Yeah, I think that's...
Yeah, I don't like this.
That's a very neat
let's
move.
be honest. It's a really terrible unit for the doppelgangers to be fighting because they're not particularly fighty.
Right.
But in the flank, it's probably still enough.
The flank's a flank.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going... Yeah, I don't like that at all. Now those siege breakers have carte blanche to smash things.
You know
No,
what I
not
like
really.
about that move,
Yes and no. Yeah.
You know,
Because I
what
think
like
he
about
then
that move, though?
he breaks. Yeah, he breaks them. I think.
I don't
But-
think he's doing anything to that regiment. That's a -15. He might do 5 wounds to it.
Right. That's a 10 twice.
What I like about it is what you were saying before about how close together all those units are stacked up 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, because the doppelgangers couldn't.
Doppelgangers now got nothing to do, and neither does the scout troop down there in the back.
Right. But the siege
So he
breaker...
takes 3 units out of the fight right there because they're too tight.
Yeah, it's
No,
just that
but the siege breakers pick up the Drake.
Okay.
If you wanted to bottle them in, I think I would have put the fire drake into the siege breakers, the clan lord into the horde on the left, and then the scorch wings into the regiment, and that bottles the line.
Yeah, that's probably a better move.
If that's what he's trying to do, so his tyrants have some time over there.
Right, because
Yeah.
that's really all.
More wounds.
That's really all he's doing on that flank is just buying time to be able to spring those tyrants out,
Right.
do something.
So we got some shooting going on the right.
Yeah, the Lycodon just put some wounds on the regiment of berserkers in the woods.
Yeah, only one more, and
our
our tackle
did
did 2 wounds to that warlock over here.
Right.
So he's maybe in range of getting wavered.
The warlock for sure. This berserker braves unit though is not going anywhere.
No, it's boxcars twice. It's yeah, I wouldn't count on that going anywhere. So at this point, if I'm Mike, I think that I put that regiment in the forest right up into our tackle, pick up that token, pick up 100 and some point, character that's been shooting me up. And that's a good use of that trap unit.
It also picks up that token, which is the big thing, right? That's just a must. I think that's an easy one.
Yep. Yep, here's
Your check.
I'll say you put a couple of wounds over on the left on the BSB, I think the Warlock.
Yeah.
So okay, so
5, he's fine.
Doesn't waver. Can't waver here. 5 is fine. 5.
Good all the way.
Wow.
5-5.
Okay. It's consistent.
Triple nickel. What are the odds? Please, someone tell me. I'm bad at math.
Not great.
Somebody better at. Yeah, I have no idea.
Hold on, I'll get them for you.
Okay, Scorch Wing.
So this would be these guys, yeah. 4 wounds. That's not bad. Are they vicious? No, apparently not. Clan Lord in there. He's got all 5 hits. 4 wounds.
So 9?
Nothing.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're at like
You need a 10 plus.
100.
Oof, that's decent.
Yeah, that might be a mistake.
Oh,
10.
got him.
10.
Oh, no.
That might be
I
bad.
don't know if that's a good thing.
Yeah, I don't know that that's a good thing.
Well, I mean, the doppelgangers would just be what?
They'll be melee 4,
Double.
crush 2, 12 attacks.
Yeah.
Like that's not the worst. Hell, I would almost just shove. I would go forward on that just to, because now you're gonna give okay, Mike, you can take out the Fire Drake or the or go after the tyrants.
Oh, if I know Ryan, he's going to make them both front.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if he positions right, he can make them both front.
True.
That was risky, but he paid off.
Yeah.
And 8 wounds on the horde on the left. That's
There we go.
it's respectable damage, but he's probably going to lose both units now.
So he has to break this unit.
Here comes a hindered.
I mean, that's pretty much been his play the entire time. Second
Yeah.
charge.
I'm looking at the
That's a good start. 8 wounds.
tyrants don't have their.
He did use the J boots then.
I mean,
yeah.
you almost
They
have
don't
to.
have
You have to at this point. I mean,
Yeah.
And no extra. Oh, vicious. So
1-1.
9 wounds. So 6 is twice to break. No, they're fine.
Man.
That's a tough one.
There goes
Those tyrants are going away.
please remember to burn off that token. Yeah, that's rough. But he burns off that token. Okay, not the worst.
We'll be hindered, but still, I don't think that's going to matter. It's probably 15 wounds. Siege breakers in the flank, hindered.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And there's no inspiring over there. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think a lot of Ryan's army on that side is going to get deleted. Well, okay, that confuses me a little.
So what did he do with the token? He put it on top of the unit like it was loot, but yeah, now he burned it.
Okay.
I was confused.
So why is he going into the front of the tyrants there? Because the siege breakers alone will kill him in the flank.
Yeah, exactly. So he might as well pick up the Ember Sprites there too.
Right. So maybe he missed the fact that he's got a flank.
Maybe
He's got it noticed. There's
No,
no way he didn't notice.
So obvious.
maybe he's
So
not.
it means he's double charging that Drake, I think.
Yeah, because he'd have to move that. That's a warlock. Is that what that is?
This is the BSB.
Yes,
Yeah.
BSB. I mean, he had to move that out of the way, but yeah, I mean, totally doable.
Yeah, that Drake, I mean, it's a nice monster, but it's nowhere near the threat of those tyrants. It just can't do the damage.
No. Yeah, the Tyrants, especially with the 4+ with 30 attacks, sometimes when they swing hot, man, do they ever just pick stuff up.
Yeah. So we'll see if he see what he does there. Interesting. And so you see that Clan Lord. We've got 18 attacks on 3s going into that. From those berserkers, the horde.
Yeah.
Oh no, 30 attacks on 4s.
30 attacks.
So
Berserker's a horde. It's 30 attacks. Yeah.
So average is 7.5 wounds going into the Clan Lord. That's less than 50% to pick it up unless he Bane Chants them.
But he's got to go in the Scorch Wings. You've got to turn off flying there. You can't just let those guys fly away.
Right.
Yeah. Trying to get greedy and pick them both up, I don't think that really works. Now, the Shade could tip the math.
Because they're, what, 15, 16 with the Staying Stone?
He's 15, 16, yeah.
So.
Yeah, but he's going to... Well,
the Shade into it. That's 5 attacks hitting on 3s.
Shade is not duelist. So now you're maybe up to 50% that he breaks that unit if he double charges it. It's still a bit of a gamble because the Clan Lord holds. Then the Scorch Wings, they just fly away or they recharge and kill that horde.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be pretty rough.
Yeah, so he does see the flank.
Yeah, he's trying to get his stuff out of the way without losing his Bane Champ, maybe? It's like he's overlapping a little.
Yeah, he's overlapping his Warlock a little. He just need to move it a little bit first.
He needs to make a little more space.
Yeah.
But
he had plenty of movement. That Battle Center Bear, yeah, now he's got it.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to back up that much.
Yeah. Yeah, now I can get through. Interesting. So maybe he just really wants them dead, and that's why he's got that regiment in their front as well.
I just don't get that because the fire sprites you can easily. Oh, I guess they are. I don't know.
I think the regiment.
Yeah, go
I
for
think
it.
the regiment's necessary in the front because if he goes for the sprites, it just leaves the tyrants free to do whatever they want. So he had no choice but to go against that.
Well,
but what do the tyrants see there?
It doesn't matter what they can see. It's where they can be for the next turn.
Well, I'm just saying he's. I mean, unless he has really poor dice, he's going to kill them with his siege breakers.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, he should be on snakes on average wounds, and there's no inspiring nearby. I'm just wondering why he didn't go for the sprites as well. I'll see if I can remember to ask him about that.
I think the siege breakers are going to be hindered.
Yeah, but in the flank, that's
18 hits.
15
16
wounds
wounds. Yeah.
That's a lot.
on average dice. I don't like counting on average, but getting someone down to 2 on average, I mean, without inspiring, I guess I'd do that.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. It looks like he did counter that character, so he's trying to pick up the Clan Lord first and then overrun into the Scorchwings.
Yeah.
That's a little risky. Doppelgangers should not pick up that Fire Drake. It would be really
No,
lucky.
but the Fire Drake is not going to pick him up in return, though. He's going to
you're
get
right.
2 rounds of fighting.
You might
That's a good move
back
right
up
there.
and coach through into those.
Don't know what I think about this. I would have gone and picked up our tackle just because he's a gimme at that point.
Right.
That's
So maybe
Tackle had all of his wounds healed off of him, though. Notice that the Phoenix took all the wounds off of him.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Oh, that did make a difference. Okay.
I think what he's doing right now, he's just going for the fact that late game, that middle token's not going anywhere, so someone has to claim that one. He does
Right.
not want a fully, relatively healthy ceremonial guard horde sitting in that middle token.
Right.
That's
So might as well start
Yeah,
taking
but
shit
he's
off the
only
board
doing
now.
what 5, 6. But he's only doing like what 6, 7 wounds there, and then the Phoenix takes almost all that off.
so you do 5 on average in the flank, and then what are those hunters like in combat? I've never really
They don't
faced them.
4s, I'd like to say. So
They hit
No,
a
they're
3.
3s.
oh, 3.
They're
Okay, yeah.
threes, and they're also in snare in the fight to back, so
Right.
that'll help them survive probably 1 round.
So 11-ish wounds. I mean, if he gets lucky, he could waver or pick up that horde, but it's not great. But they certainly will be vulnerable for a second turn of fighting,
Right.
and they're probably not going to kill those hunters in return with ensnare. So,
Right. And
No.
Phoenix can heal a lot off, but it's not going to heal all of that off. So.
Right. Yeah, maybe 3 wounds, 4 if you're lucky.
Well, you also got the Radiance of Life as well, so.
Yeah, well, he heal 5, I think, and then radiance for 1.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. But then you also have a other horde coming on the flank to sweep around, so.
Yep. Now I can't see anything. Well, yeah, I really
Correct.
can't see anything this
Right.
turn.
You can see the Kilodon in the woods.
Oh, yep, you're right. It can.
Well, I'll have to give it to Mike, though, because he's literally a rocket scientist. So, I mean, this is way
he
beyond.
probably has a plan. You're saying, huh?
He's probably seeing something that I'm not, so I'll
Yeah.
give that to him. So.
Yeah. Well, I think he's going to get that horde in 2 turns. So that's pretty impressive against that beefy of a unit.
Right.
And he's probably only going to lose that regiment in response. So, yeah, that's not bad.
Problem is, it looks like Ryan's gonna be losing a lot on that left flank.
And
Yeah.
in the center, yeah, he's going to. Ryan's in rough shape.
Right by the top of 3. That's if he loses the units we think he's gonna lose. That is definitely not good
Right.
place to be.
Yeah, I think it really comes down a lot to that clan lord. If the clan lord holds, then Mike will likely lose that horde on the left, and have Scorchwings angled into his flank, and that would
Alright,
be
here comes the ancient.
Yeah.
I'll go.
There you
there
go.
you go. Yeah, yeah, that clan lord's.
Clan Lord should die now.
Yep,
Should die.
it was iffy without Bane Chant.
Yeah.
Where are we here? Oh, lightning.
I think you lightning bolted the Scorchwing. I mean the Ember Sprites.
Or drain life, is it?
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Did he heal? Yeah, that was drain life. Yeah, that's big.
Oh, drain life. Okay.
Okay, that makes some sense.
There's another Bane chant. That's all bad now.
Now there's.
And I guess he's gonna drain this Lecodon and heal this unit of Butcher Braves.
That's not a bad
Berserker
idea.
Braves.
I think I would heal myself. So that regiment is gone.
Oh yeah, true enough.
The tyrants are going to kill it.
Yeah,
And-
I was say even if they were healed up fully, that's not going to do much.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what he did.
Good call.
Yeah, I'd be like heal myself fully to get rear charged by tyrants and murdered anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh god, that'd be what 60 hits or something like that.
That just picked up the nerve on the Ember Sprites. Just picked them
Ember
up.
Sprites.
Gone.
9, 10, 11 there.
What is the Lycodons? Wow, that's a
Lycodon?
waiver on the Lycodon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Waver.
nasty. Yeah, that's nasty.
That doesn't help much at all.
All right, here comes the combat.
So, which one first?
This is the flank.
This is the shade. Did
Mhm.
2 wounds.
Already? Okay. It's
20 hits.
hits.
Only
start.
13? Oh, they're only 4?
No, they
They
only hit on
do.
4 plus. Yeah.
Yeah. Get 10 wounds. That's sneaks twice.
There they go.
Oh, he's gone.
It's gone.
And now, it's guaranteed overrun into the Scorch Wings.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Both.
That flank is
Both.
kind of collapsing.
Well, good thing it was a guaranteed because he literally just would have won.
Yeah, that's funny.
The shade needs a 2.
And
No,
it's-
ain't
only
done.
one. They're
Oh,
only
that's
25 millimeters wide.
Yeah.
So
Right,
that's
so that's only 1, yeah. God, ugly.
We got angry that time. 17 hits.
yeah, it's looking a little rough for Ryan at this
Yeah.
point.
17 wounds.
Yep. They gone.
Uh-oh. The ogres
Yeah,
are
so
starting to look good.
Yeah, so now Mike's just got to start marching stuff up and start burning off tokens off that flank.
Yeah,
And now it
exactly.
looks even, and now it looks even worse that Ryan's got nothing on the right.
Yeah, especially if he can take off that tyrant horde.
Well, and things like the BSB and whatever can run up and be doing that. So
Right.
Yeah, literally everything in Mike's army can score,
it's
except for that shade.
Except for the shade, yeah.
That's not too shabby. That's
14 wounds in the flank of these tyrants.
Yeah.
And there they go.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a rough turn for Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
So does he point this into the center? Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Almost have to, really. I would just try and
Anything
go.
to get it
forward
off the
approach?
house. Can't do that, huh? Can't.
Looks like he's just giving himself options to go pick up tokens.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I'm imagining that Berserker Brave Regiment's probably the Lykelodon's target, probably the next turn.
Although I think that pivot, this pivot's really nice in that I think it just gives him a flank on that ceremonial guard.
Oh, wow.
You're right, it does.
Oh, barely. Yeah.
No, I don't know. Coming from the guard out, it's really close.
Is that troop of ancients is just
It's
outside
just-
of the terrain, so it can march forward and shield that flank, but still
Mm-hmm.
having to play defense this early on that level is tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks like one wound on the fire drake.
Yeah, that's all he got was one.
Okay.
Which, I mean, we weren't anticipating them killing the fire drake in one go
Right.
anyway.
Touchdown shooting.
Correct. It's good work on the flank.
Yeah, 7 from the flank already. That's not
Oh, yeah.
good.
5.
12 hits there.
So that's exactly average. And then
Yeah, 7 more. 9. No, I guess that one was Bane Chanted, right? So nasty.
Yeah.
That picks him up.
Oh,
There's a
snake
real
eyes.
Wow.
He had him. It was gone.
Right.
They're what, 21, 23? Is that what they are?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it was 16 and 10 was 26. 16
decent enough
snakes.
chance for them to stay. But the problem comes in is the Phoenix probably only pulls like 5 wounds off of that unit.
Right. It's still a stiff
It's-
breeze for whenever the next
Yeah.
combat is. So
Can that Lachilodon see the flank of those hunters? Sorry, the other one.
No.
Nope. Okay.
The answers are no and no. Neither side.
Now the Phoenix could get involved, and that would shift the horde over to the left. But yeah, I'm not sure if I see a good way out of this for Ryan.
well, he's quickly running out of things to do.
Yeah. He's running out
I
of
think-
pieces, definitely.
Yeah.
Of course, how many times we stayed at the bottom of turn 2 going like, there's no way that person can come back, and then just crazy dice happen, and next thing you know, they're back
Yeah,
on
that
top.
happens a lot. The other thing is I don't think Mike can take it for granted either, because
There's not even anything else this fire. Oh, I guess when he backs up, can he see something?
Yeah, I have to wonder if
Oh,
he
he's-
can read.
you can see if
He's got to be able to fit there. I don't think he can.
No.
Can he? If he backs up, can he see that horde of Braves?
I doubt
That's
it.
what I was wondering, but I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Because if I'm
You'd have
Ryan,
hard
I want to
time-
remove units.
you have a hard
Yeah.
time contacting because of the shade, even though the shade's yielding, and he
Yeah,
could go
click on it.
through
Click
it.
on it now. Click on it now. Oh, he moved back. Yeah, I don't think he's got the. I don't think you can see him.
Yeah. Ooh.
But Dan, wasn't it you that was mentioning about the Phoenix towards the end of the game being able to run over and claim those things on the right hand side? Was that you or Chris?
I think it was Chris. Certainly
Yeah.
can do so now.
Right.
Yeah, it's getting to that stage where that if Mike's not too careful running those that horde in, that could happen, and the Phoenix could just be free over there to pick up 2 tokens quick.
Mhm.
Right, but even so, like, there's nothing left for Ryan to hold the middle with.
Right.
So it still is a losing proposition running that Phoenix away.
Except in terms of bonus points,
Right.
because he could lose the game. He could lose the game 4-3, and pick up 3 bonus points. It would be
Yeah,
worth it.
true enough. Yeah,
Well, right now
Make
they're
something.
technically tied, right?
Yes, they are tied right now.
Yeah.
They're on 1 each.
Right. But that's going to shift pretty quickly.
so this is interesting because these berserkers being out of the woods, I think here, when he picks this unit up, I think he can pivot and not be in these woods.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
He
That
would
would
have
be.
backed up that Lachilodon just to nudge him out of the woods.
If he thinks he can pivot here anyways, I don't think it matters that much. And the Lachilodon is wavered, so it's got limited options.
When you're rolling 90 attacks, wavered versus non-wavered isn't exactly.
Not going to matter a whole lot.
Exactly.
And isn't that the Pathfinder one anyway, or is that a different unit? No, which one does the other one have?
That's
The
the
other one-
sharpness, which is
That's
worse.
Yeah,
So,
might as
that's
well
still-
be.
that's still
that's
90.
same as being Pathfinder.
Yeah, that's still 90 attacks on 4s. I mean,
Mm,
it doesn't matter where. I mean, it could be in the La Brea Tar Pits right now. It wouldn't matter. It's going to pick up that horde
Yeah.
unless you get snake eyes.
There is nothing within 3 inches of this token, too.
Right.
No.
Looks like the Warlock could reach it just by himself.
I believe that's probably possible. And those
Yeah.
would actually be better moves.
Well, we also got to remember it's going to be turn 3 the next time he gets control of the table space. So I mean, he's got time.
Yeah, he's got so much time.
Yeah.
Go burn off tokens.
I wonder how they're
Those-
doing on the clock.
Those ogres on the left could like have a tea, chill for a little bit.
Yeah,
So
So
like,
Ryan's got 47 minutes, and Mike's got
we
52
got tons of
minutes.
time. Got tons of time. They're on an 8-minute clock and they're in turn 3. They're in good shape.
Yeah, and that horde on the right is just locking down that objective. I mean, there's no way
absolutely.
for you to strength over there right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a nice tight spot.
I'm gonna throw the points tracker on here just so that we can show that Ryan did lead at one point in this game.
Well, this is great for the Red Goblin Scouts now. This is like their time to shine now that their left
It's
flank's
a
been cleared up.
great opportunity for them to just go out and grab stuff up. And
Yeah, they can do literally nothing but just claim tokens right at this point.
Right.
So
So that Lakeeladon just kind of peeking onto the hill over there, kind of peeking through the hill. Wonder what it's doing.
it's going to die.
Looks like it's gonna go and kill this Berserker Brave unit.
Through cover? Maybe. Ooh, okay, so there's Radiance. Well, the hill itself is cover.
Yeah, definitely
Not
cover. Oh yeah, I guess.
So, yeah, I think I might have liked to try and pick up the 6-wound regiment instead. It's because it's not inspired right now, as far as I can tell. Or maybe it's just in uninspiring.
Although this guy's not inspired right now either.
Okay, then I guess if you get 1 wound on him, there's a chance of breaking it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he needs to remove those pieces because 8 wounds still hits as hard as
They're just checking cover there now too. So that's 4 hits though, isn't it? So
It was 4 hits. And it's 3
this is what he's doing here. He did 1 wound.
Only 1? Oh, is that?
Yeah.
right, because
it's a nerve check.
yeah. So shooting at the Warlock.
Yeah, over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 7 wounds. That's something.
That's decent.
Oh, 4 wounds. Okay. Just moving the token over. Yeah, I don't know if I love that. I might have just started chipping away at that horde, although there's plenty of healing over there.
Wavered.
Oh, so I wavered that guy.
Something?
And it looks like he already did the test on on this guy, and he basically failed. Just level 7.
He did a 9.
Okay,
Yeah.
8 hits. That's respectable.
Yeah.
He's vicious, right? Is he vicious? No, he's not. 5 wounds.
5 and 9, 14. He's going to waver it.
It's a waiver, yeah. 14, 16.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're 14, 16.
Or 15, 17, the doppelgangers?
Oh, crap.
15, 17. You're okay.
Not enough. Okay, this one. Are they going to roll it out? Nope.
They just wrote, no, he rolled twice.
I'm
Now
sad.
let's see what he does with it.
Well, I mean, it was
He's gonna
90
do
dice.
it
It would have been
another way.
93.
Yeah, exactly. That's the easy play.
Totally worth it. I don't know what y'all talking about. Totally worth it.
Yeah.
It's not like it's taking any extra time to roll the dice. Just clicky clicky.
Especially in this, yeah.
Now there's the
Clickety
big fight right there. That's
Clickety
the
clackety. Roll for a tackety. Let's do this.
All right, over here.
And at 10, and then
Oh, are they
Oh,
inspired?
it's ensnare.
Got him.
Ensnare. He got him. Look at
There you
that.
go.
Double
Dang.
10. Just to make things interesting, right?
Yep.
Just roll high.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
what we're
if you
saying,
roll-
too
if you
early
roll
to
10
claim
through-
victory.
If you roll 10
So,
through 12, I mean,
yeah,
who cares?
well,
Just do
He
it.
needs to position just slightly because okay,
Oh.
for a lot.
no, I think that's a mistake because, like I said, those siege breakers were flank, and that flank was protected. The
I
last thing
think
you
it
want to
was-
do is give these guys a chance to charge in.
There was just a little room on it.
No, I don't think there was there?
It was a line
Oh, okay.
like the thickness of one of the sight lines. Yeah, I don't think this is good though. I think he just needed to inch back just a little bit so that the ancients were completely protecting the flank.
Right.
Yeah. No,
And,
because I think pivoting it even just a little bit because it was so close makes it front.
Oh, I gotcha.
Like he doesn't have to pivot as much as he's.
See, this is where they are. I think this is fine. Oh no, yeah. Oh no, that's front there. So that must be different.
Yeah, that's
tough.
right.
Huh. Now, can he pivot so he's entirely out of the line of sight? Face the other way
I
instead?
don't think so.
He's
Oh yeah,
checking.
he can. Yeah, he
He's
certainly
outside.
can.
But guess who's in his
And
flank?
he's on top
Then
of
he
the
gets-
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Then he gets flanked by the
Yeah.
berserkers,
Yeah, by the regiment.
right? Which would hit as hard as a horde at that point.
Right.
Hindered,
But
but
going to get flanked by if he goes like that.
Hindered and bane chanted.
It's still, you got to throw it at it, right?
well, see what I mean by like we talk about. There's no way this guy can win with the bottom of 2, and then by turn 3.
Yeah, right.
This is definitely a more interesting game now because
Oh, yeah.
the center looks a lot more viable for Ryan at this point.
Still a problem of it only controls one token.
I still think those ceremonial guard. Yeah, I still think those ceremonial guard die now.
Yeah, I don't see a
Because
lot
they
of.
get charged by both.
Not next turn. Yeah.
Oh, next turn. If they get charged by both the Siege Breakers and the Berserker Braves?
Even then, I'm not certain.
Yeah. Oh, they're gone if that happens. Because even hindered, there's just not so many attacks, and they've already got 11 wounds on them.
Yeah.
They're basically 10, 12 unit right now.
Yep. Oh, he's looking at sides now. But you're right. Now that looking at it now, there is room there.
Now they're not nimble. I'm not sure if they can get. Yeah, they just have to get to the corner. So yeah,
Where he's sitting now, there's definitely room for it. Yeah. So there must have been room because he's backing up.
Puts them in the front.
He's just exploring his options.
Yeah.
The problem is, once again, that puts her at the front, and then you basically just double charge with these two guys, right?
I think the ancients needed to be just a little farther forward, just
forward.
quarter of an
But
inch.
I think this is all they could get with having to pivot.
Oh, did they have to pivot?
Yeah, I think they did. This
Okay.
is still front. This is just all kinds of bad.
Yeah. So I think at this point I would start thinking about where do I want those 2 units to be when my horde dies to give me the best chance of hitting them back.
Yeah.
And there's just not much threatening towards that space.
There's nothing.
The problem is
threatening that
he
space,
did this
actually.
in the wrong. He did this in the wrong order because
Right.
these
Right.
tyrants would have been, hindsight being what it is, would have loved to have been facing more this direction.
Yeah.
So, at any rate,
Oh, it's like
There
we're
it goes. They must have decided that he was done.
yeah.
and there it goes.
All aboard the pain train. Toot toot.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Oh man.
And the thing is that he's out. Both those units are out of arc of the flank units now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. that is a bad soft spot to be in. So
Right.
Or a great soft spot, depending on
yeah, depending on which side of the table you're on.
either it's a chef's kiss or just a really bad spot.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna quickly grab a beer. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah. Even if he snakes on that horde of ceremonial guard,
There's not much to take advantage of it. Yeah.
not getting punished.
So how many scoring units does Ryan have left? 4, 5, 6?
I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
1, 2.
And we've got 1, 2.
It's 6. Because
Oh, yeah.
Six.
Yeah.
Seven.
What about Phoenix?
He's got the Fire Drake, the 2 Lykelodons, the 2
Right.
Ancients regiments,
Oh, it's
and then
7.
or Ancient
Okay.
troops are in, and then so
8?
7. It's just
1, 2,
7, I
3, 4,
think.
5, 6, 7. No, it's 8.
Oh, yeah, because there's another Lykelodon hiding in the forest.
Right.
One hiding in the hill. I have a hard time with some of these bases being the same color as the background.
Right.
Yeah.
It's easy to lose track of stuff. But so nothing happening to the Lykelodon over on the hill on the left. That might be a small mistake. Or maybe he'll lightning bolt it off the board. But
I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. Because what else do they really have to lightning bolt? This Lykelodon here, I guess, as well.
Yep. But
Did this Warlock here? Did this Warlock here already move?
The Warlock on the fence is moved.
Yep.
Okay.
But I like where he put the shade.
Which was on the edge of the field.
Up there by the field on the upper left.
Yep. That's got a lot of reach.
Yeah.
Shut
Yeah.
down Phoenix.
Touch the Phoenix. So I guess the Phoenix has to go pick up stuff, I guess. Not much
So
you
do you
can
think
do,
he'll
though, because
charge?
this Berserker Horde is actually babysitting this token.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
The Phoenix? They don't really fight very well.
No. They got like, unless they've changed a whole lot from 2nd edition, it's like 3 attacks on 3s with Crush 1. It's
Yeah, they're soft.
It's 5 attacks on 3s with Crush 1 now.
okay.
So better, but it's not
Still-
nothing. I wouldn't mind flanking with that guy.
Right. But that's in an assist role, not doing it by
Right.
itself. So.
Definitely.
If he had some way to pick up some of that lightning bolt off the board, he could fly around for a couple turns with the Phoenix and Artacle and maybe kill a unit, maybe grab a couple of tokens, but
So if you're Mike right now, are you just in the let's just delete what we can in turn 3 and then worry about turns 4, 5, and 6 actually claiming tokens, or you start using those red goblins and start shooting them out to get stuff?
Well,
I think-
where can he put the red goblins is the question. Again, he's butt up against things with them, so he can't really get 90-degree turns out of them, even though they're nimble. He can't get them in a position.
Is that something he should have done last turn?
He
Start
should have
moving
got
out?
more space between them last
Like
turn.
just
I
back
think.
them up.
Yeah, absolutely.
but he's got time. He can move them into
Right.
something like position.
Right, which is why I was asking the question. Is that's something that he just doesn't care about turns 1 through 3? He just starts deleting as much unit strength as he can, and then start worrying about
I
the back
think-
half of the game.
I think it would be advantageous if they were free this turn, so they could come up that left flank
Right.
and on a straight shot, and then make a 90 with their nimble move and be looking down the flank from the left.
Mhm.
Put additional pressure on.
Only
Not
if
that
they
if I
could
was
have
a-
found a way to.
Not that as an Agents Regiment, I'd be worried about Red Goblin troops, but you know.
Yeah.
Because they fall apart on a stiff breeze, right? So this unit can't really afford to be charged even by this Lycodon, right? So
Yeah, because
I think where it is now is actually in a decent spot.
they're what 9/11 nerve, something like that.
The Kilodon?
No, the Red Goblin Scout.
The Goblin Scout.
Stiff breeze knocks them over.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9/11.
So did you notice he moved on the right, he moved that horde of Braves to the right. He moved them away from the objective. That could be a mistake. Now that Phoenix can go over there and potentially grab one if it can clear the woods.
Well, as much as it is a mistake at all at this point, because I don't know, there's not much. At this point, that's just Ryan picking up scenario points. That's not really
Right.
benefiting him too much.
Yeah, I think it gives the tyrants an out though, depending on what he does with this wavered warlock. Because that Kilodon can move out of the way. The tyrants can charge and overrun and not be in arc.
On this
Or
guy,
try
yeah.
to maybe pivot and not be in arc. And that gives it
And
a
then
chance.
actually, I think that actually picks up this token too on like a 3, or
Right.
even maybe a 2.
And he could throw the Kilodon into those berserkers just to inconvenience them for a turn. And maybe improve his position there. Those tyrants in the backfield.
Yeah, tyrants in your backfield is never something you want.
No, they hit.
Although I'm not. If they do hit this guy, I don't know. They have to go pretty far to be able to not be seen by this berserker horde, though. I guess he could use the Lycodon though to just blockade them, chop them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or even create a blind spot, because the Lycodon, I think, is height 3.
Yeah, I believe he is.
Move it down and just make it so they can't see the tyrants, create a shadow for it. So, yeah, height 3. Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see how he responds over here. Let's see what dies this turn. That fire drake is gone.
Everything dies.
Ceremonial guard are gone.
Yeah, it looks really bleak for Ryan after this turn, unless there's a snake.
Here come the lightning bolts, looks like.
Yep. So,
2 wounds.
on something. Oh,
Lycodon.
Bane chant, maybe?
That's not what I'd Bane chant.
Let's see.
That heal?
Oh, does he have heal out of that?
Or is that drain life? Or
The Mudgorog.
He must have heal.
He has heal 4, I think.
He's got heal.
Okay.
so that gives them vicious, right?
Yes,
Ah.
it does.
Let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. So it's not heal, it's grant. So that's pretty nasty.
I think isn't that Nom Nom's ability now? If he heals something, to get
Yeah, I'm not.
So now this coming over here.
26.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Deleted. Yeah.
That's what happens when you take 60 attacks in the flank.
Yeah. That's not a good day for anyone.
Berserkers are in a good spot now.
Yeah, but they're at risk. I mean, they've got
Yeah, they are.
9 wounds on a -18 unit.
right.
They could go. I mean, they're inspired, so they're still not terrible.
Problem is that if the Lycodon doesn't take them out with the shooting, they're pretty much going to take the Lycodon off the board.
Oh yeah. I don't
Plus
even know if
it really just forces the issue, right? The
Right.
Lycodon has to actually fire there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Probably has to run up in its face, so that it's a speed bump as
So
well.
you're hitting on 4s, 8 hits, 4 wounds. Oh, that was not good.
But now we got these
Okay,
guys.
now the Berserkers, on 5s, 3 hits.
Oh, jeez.
3 wounds,
3
yeah.
wounds, though.
That unit might still be there.
18.
18.
Or,
Oof.
oh,
They
brutal.
were in the
3.
7, right?
That's 1. That's 2.
That's it.
They're gone.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Once, twice, 3 times a lady.
Yeah.
And now that
Ah.
soft spot. Oh god, that soft spot is just
That's rough. Yeah, that's definitely not good. Yeah, that's rare in my experience to have a soft spot that's able to be used 2 turns in a row to be able to deny the enemy a place to go. So, yikes.
And that ancient troop on the left can't see the back of those sea
No,
strikers.
it cannot.
Correct.
No.
Yeah, that sweet spot's still there. It's
It's crazy.
Oh yeah, here we go. Ryan's looking
He's trying.
at picking up a token.
Except I don't know that he can. Is he a Pathfinder on a Phoenix?
No, but I think he can fit. I think he can fit.
I think he was closer than an inch to the
Oh,
to the
okay.
berserkers.
Well, then he might just charge the tyrants in here then.
Mhm.
All of these berserkers here now threaten that area.
Right.
Yeah, have to.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, like so. If you're Ryan, like, what are you doing now to just try and just get the points you can while you still have units on the board to do it?
You got to kill stuff to get those points, and you got to try and pick up those raise tokens, right? That
Yeah.
is literally the thing.
But problem is, he's like running out of units to be able to do both. So if you had to shade one way or another, like,
Well,
It looks like he made it over.
he's okay there. If that's 20.
So that's a token. That's both of those tokens, realistically.
Yep.
The other one next turn. And next turn he gets to fireball those Braves if they're still around.
right?
The Braves will definitely still be around.
Yeah, I don't think those
Let's move someplace
I don't
else.
think the Lachelodon can get them.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain the Braves are gonna get that like Eladon before,
Oh yeah. I mean, unless they go hunting something else.
or he gets that waiver. You know.
Could
Yeah,
happen.
that's possible.
No.
Oh, those are
waiver
Braves.
Braves.
Never mind. They can't
Almost
wait for the Braves.
No, he can't. No.
Yeah, can't wait for the Braves.
Literally can't do anything to them. Max damage still puts them at 5 wounds on -18.
Right.
Yeah.
And even boxcars won't do anything. So
I don't know if I like backing up that ancient troop. I mean, that's you're inspiring, and
right.
it's pretty hard. I probably would move it forward and pivot into the woods a little.
I mean, he's basically he's banking on those tyrants absolutely murderizing. Is that Namgarok or is that a different warlock?
That's a
That is
warlock.
Nom. Oh, no, that's a Warlock.
That's
Yeah.
just a warlock. So yeah. I mean, either way,
Namgarok
it's
is
probably
Namgarok.
dead because it got 4 wounds on it already. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's going to need a big overrun to
to get out of the way.
get out of the way.
No, I think he turns the face.
Yeah, now he can turn to face. He's inspired. He might have a chance.
Yeah, I'd almost have to do it that way.
Are those siege breakers? They might not be in reach once he turns. So that might be a
I think they are.
yeah.
Siegebreakers have 12-inch reach, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, they used to be 10.
On sight. He turns.
The problem is that the Berserker Brave Regiment blocks his line of sight at the moment.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
No, he can put them into the ancients and the siege breakers into the tyrants, or vice versa.
Right.
But
Right.
Yeah.
okay.
Working hard at it.
Interesting.
I don't like that. Those Berserker Braves, I guess the Lecodon's blocking
Yeah,
them off.
okay.
Something. It's something. He's
Right.
trying to do work.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
he's
not a
working.
bad
He's working with what he's got right now. I mean, he really
Yeah.
has to.
And
And that
if they
bottom line-
somehow manage triple attacks, they're worth worrying about. So
Yeah, and on that bottom left, and things are kind of jammed up still for Mike, so
Yeah.
it buys Ryan a little bit of breathing room.
Right.
here comes that shot.
Two hits, 2 wounds.
Oh, so close now.
So
7
Getting
twice.
there.
So that 7 was to wound, but I need 7s twice to kill that, and they've got a
Got
topple.
one. Got one. Oh, this is... That can't be the nerve test, is it? That does it.
7 twice. Yeah. Well, I just frees up the doppelgangers at that point. So.
Yeah, but they're not
Yeah,
threatening.
but you'd rather have the doppelgangers against the Lycaelodon than to have the.
Yeah, that's going to be a slap fight.
Which is fine because that allows the red goblins just to go around and claim tokens. So
True.
Yeah.
But this
that's
is
easy right now. The red goblin scouts is they haven't not been able to move at all because of
Right.
where they've been
Yeah.
blocked up. This will free them
This
up.
obstacle here is oddly enough still going to, like with this gap here, right? You look here, they're going to have to pivot
Right.
Right.
That's
and
the
to
top
stay
of-
within 1 inch.
Well, that's the
Yeah,
top
yeah,
of
I know
4,
it's-
so I mean,
Yeah.
he'll have 3 turns to go and claim 2 objectives, and it'll really be that fight in the middle if he's able to.
Right in the middle now. It's actually turning into a much closer game than it looked like.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how this game goes. You go to the bottom of 2, and you're like, there's no way that person can win. And all of a sudden, it's just like, oh, well, shit, we're gonna have a game of it.
What's the unit strength on these ancient troops? Are they unit strength 2?
Or 1.
There should be
Oh,
one.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Their troops, it should be 1.
They're expensive though.
They
Oh,
are.
yeah, defense 6 inspiring. That'll do it. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not moving them.
Yeah. Unit strength 1.
yeah, dash 13 nerve, hitting on 3s. I mean, their only real downside is they're slow. That's really about it. So, yeah, hit on
Here's
3s,
a real-
10 attacks.
Look at this Lycodon go.
Yeah.
Do 2 hits.
Go gadget Lycodon.
Yeah. The question is the Berserkers pull back an inch and then pivot into the flank of the Phoenix?
I think
Yeah.
that's what they were just looking at. I don't think he actually can see the Phoenix.
I don't think you can.
Just out. Yeah, so they're kind of boxed in there.
Darn close.
Turn.
Yeah, it's going to be real close. We'll see how it goes. They just looked, and I didn't quite see. I didn't click quick
Yeah,
enough.
he didn't leave it sit there long enough for me
Catch
to.
it. No.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it to me like you could.
So if you're Mike, do you just back up to try and deny that token? And can you even get there on 4 inches of backing up?
No.
Let's see. If he withdraws 1 and then backs up
Or yeah,
3, right? It's only
Yeah, 3.
4 inches.
3.
No, he can't deny it to him. It's
Okay.
like a 4-inch gap there still.
Okay.
So at that point, you just try and kill the Lycodon and maybe go forward. Maybe try and claim that other one.
Probably.
I would need a 5. Maybe a 4. 4 might do it.
So with an average overrun.
Or
Yeah.
you might want to just position to threaten the rear of the tyrants.
Yeah.
You know, he's only got 2 turns though to get it done in, so he's running out of time actually.
Right.
Yeah, this is a much tighter game than I expected it to be in turn 4.
With any kind of bad luck,
Yeah.
he could find himself losing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agreed.
He's got
Poor Shade doesn't have a lot to do at the moment.
I can add to a fight, put a couple wounds on something.
Yeah.
Something I can think of, yeah.
The problem is a lot of the stuff that he'd fight looks like either flank or rear, so it doesn't actually bottle up any line of sight in any of these units.
Right. It's a wound.
It's just wounds.
No
Yeah.
thunder
Yeah.
strip or anything.
Right.
So I think what Mike does with his lower left is really going to dictate the game for him.
Yep.
Oh, that's not where I would have gone. Interesting.
Yeah, that's.
I would have gone the other way.
Yep.
You think? Because the
Siege
problem
breakers
is that these siege breakers don't really want to fight these tyrants if they can avoid it.
The siege breakers are defense 6, so they're going to hold out the longest possible against it. And he needs to kill the Lycodon so they can come into the rear of them. He's going to lose. He's going to lose the berserkers.
Those ancients are
On the
better to fight.
Those ancients, yeah, because those ancients are speed 4, so
Yeah, they're doing
Yeah.
nothing. I want
And
to
I
like
think
it.
the Lycodon down here, along with these 2 guys that are charging its front.
Where are you talking about, Larry?
The Lycodon on top of the hill. See where the moves
Yeah.
are right now?
Yeah, okay, there we go.
I think the shade throws into that, if anywhere, or
If it does, then it limits the overrun.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
But so I can see why
I
you put
think
the
he start-
ancients.
I think he just starts on this ancient troop here.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's the best move then.
Because they're what?
And
They're
if-
dash 13 on the
Yep.
HQs? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Inspired.
if he's there, if he's in the way, then you can't just pivot the ancients 90 and move forward to try and keep Mike off the token. Or to try and keep him off the token.
Oh,
So
no, he's coming in the flank here just as a guarantee.
Right.
I guess that makes sense with the siege breakers being hindered.
Yeah, I don't think there's a guarantee over there.
No, but it helps.
Yeah. So 9 hits, maybe 4.5 wounds with a Bane Chant. It becomes 6-ish. That's 7 twice. So the shade, the shade is a good choice in that
Should
fight.
push it over then, huh?
Well, is that counting the brutal?
No.
Okay, 6 twice. I'm thinking Bane Chant puts him on 6 twice. The shade adds a little something, maybe adds a wound. That puts him over 50% to pick it up. So if he Bane Chants that unit. But he's got to choose which one to.
But if he Bane chants that one, they become vicious as well too, right?
No, it's
No,
just
Or is
heal.
that? Okay.
That used to be the rule for old Nom, but now for the new one,
Right.
it's just heal. It gets vicious.
I think Ratkin got the special character where Bane Chant lets you throw away your combat and re-roll it if you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
That's a nasty Bane Chant.
would be pretty.
So do we have some shooting going on
All right,
here?
there we go. Looks like a Bane chant. On what though?
Yeah, why Bane Chant? Oh, I'll say Drain Life.
Oh yeah, Drain Life. There we go. That makes way more sense.
You finally got those red goblins up to pick up some tokens.
Right.
Not this turn, but next.
On turn 5 and 6, so
Yeah.
So interesting. Actually, there's not a whole lot of strength over there. Those ancients
Oh.
probably hold their own against the doppelgangers.
Right.
So he did Bane chant the siege breakers.
Yeah, that's not good for those ancients.
We'll
That
find
makes it
out.
less good for those tyrants. So what? Let me see. Okay, we're on to combat. Okay. So, yeah, it takes snakes for those Lachilodons probably to make it, or not much. Not much chance of them holding out. Although, wait, 4 wounds.
What is
He's
going
fighting
on?
here. He's fighting
Okay.
here.
Caledon. So, okay.
and he rolled a 3, so that like how
So it's still
I
combat.
think it's just wavered.
Yeah, okay. Doppelgangers are only melee 5 and 10 attacks. I guess they're not that
Right.
much of a unit unless they're stealing stats.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is
That's
the
not even
upside of
a
down. It's the downside of them. Like if they're not going against anything really worth going up against, it's kind of
A lot of snakes there. I mean, a lot of ones in that combat.
Ooh, only 5 wounds?
8, 7, 7, and
Picked
5.
him up.
13.
No, he just with brutal he got him.
Yeah.
lucky him. He needed that.
Yeah, if he'd been stuck in, that would have been bad for him.
Of course, I don't like that reform, but
I don't like that reform right there at all.
Why?
He needs to be threatening. He needs to be threatening the tyrants more seriously,
He is threatening.
and then with the
tyrants.
option to move sideways on
okay,
the token.
yeah, that's I'm about to say
He
I
needs
would.
to stay more than 8 away from the ancients troop out there, and
But he needs to be careful, like, because if he ends up going in front of this line that's here, right, then he can be corkscrewed, right? So
Right.
there is a limit to how much he can do.
Yeah, and the corkscrew out of there would actually really help Ryan. That's what they're testing now, it looks like.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. That's fair.
And with that Warlock, or is that Nom there? It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Nom's preventing too much
Nom's
an overrun,
preventing-
right?
right. So yeah, I don't think those Tyrants are in particularly great shape. Although they're fine for a turn.
Just wait till these berserkers pick up that Lychelodon. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the Berserker should pick that one up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that'll be all bad. "12 hits.
Only 11.
Only 11 wounds, yeah.
Hmm.
God damn.
Let's see if he does the whole moving up.
Oh,
He's seeing where that takes him. Yeah, a
Right.
4 picks up that token.
Right.
I actually, to be honest, with the way the siege breakers are, I think he just pivots to face the tyrants. I don't think he needs that.
Forward.
He gets the 5, so he can burn it.
Yeah, now they can't see the tyrants.
Yeah, but I mean, but the thing is, what are the tyrants' options? Really, it's just kind of
Yeah, if the tyrants go forward, then it can be seen.
They pivot back
And if the
and-
tyrants don't go forward, then it's all bad for the. It's just bad.
No.
I don't think those tyrants have to turn to face the siege breakers. I think
And he
now
just-
is really what it amounts to.
he just burned off the tokens. So
interesting.
now it's 2-1.
That's correct.
It's 2
2 to
to
2.
1. 2 to 1.
Oh, 2 to, you're right. Okay, yep.
Yep.
So,
But you go top of 5, he's going to burn off that. So
He's going to burn another one. Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan burns this one.
Yeah,
Then
exactly.
basically Mike burns this one and then burns that one the turn after, right? So,
I think there's a reasonable chance.
although
that
this one's not a guarantee, is the thing.
right.
Um,
They might be able to defend it.
Yeah, having that Lychelodon there makes it not of holds up the doppelgangers for one more turn to.
Except that he has a BSB down there, who's 1 unit strength, the same as, and
So if he gets a 2 unit strength over there, he can burn it off regardless.
Roger.
of the-
yeah. Yep.
I absolutely suck at this scenario, but it's actually one of my more favorite scenarios coming out of 3rd edition. Like, I'm not good at it, but I like it. I enjoy this sort of, do I play defensive and deny my opponent these tokens? Do I race out and try to burn off as many of my own tokens and then play, let's win the middle? It's all those decisions that, raise forces upon your opponent and you. So that's why I like it. Like I said, not good at it, but,
I don't know what Ryan's kind of contemplating here. I don't think he's got any play other than grabbing that token. Yeah.
He could try and position to grab the token and maybe
Fireball over here, maybe.
he has one more turn to grab that token, so he might position so he can do some heals or something,
right.
and then grab it by moving backwards onto it at the end of.
True.
yeah, I think he's trying to figure out how far to move back and still give some radiance of life and then heal and still
Right.
be able to quickly grab the token.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, I mean, with a nimble flyer, he owns that token as long as he doesn't fly away from it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and those red goblins they're only going to be able to get to the one.
They'll get one this turn, and they'll get to the other one next turn.
Right.
Yeah. So this is
And the
interesting.
BSB in there will get up there to that middle-ish one this turn or next.
Mm-hmm.
The ogre characters are nimble, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So blocking that off with the ancients is going to be.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what he does with the ancients to try to block it out.
Well, also the thing is too, with the fight moving away right now, how close do you keep the ancients near that one token to try and inspire, or do you just even not bother at all? Because right now the Phoenix does not inspire, so those tyrants are not inspired, from what I can reckon at all.
Yeah, but I don't know what he's got for a choice.
Right.
You could move it the double forward.
I mean, he's at real risk of losing everything but his character model, and he could lose that pretty quick if the Shade happens to get in there. The Shade's position.
Well, Shade's looking at it.
And yeah, this is a game that if it goes to 7 turns, could wind up with being tabled. Doubtful though, since the Phoenix could still fly away after it burns a token.
Right.
Yep. And it's hard to kill that Phoenix with something like Shade. It's the regen is just so big. Yeah, I like that better on that side against the doppelgangers versus the character. Eye easier.
Yeah, in my experience, unless a Phoenix gets flanked or double charged by 2 fairly decent sized units, it's not going anywhere.
Well, it looks like he went for the inspiring play.
Okay.
Move them at the double towards the center.
That didn't even make it, so he needs to
kill and overrun.
Does that even make it if the
a kill
that's on an overrun? That's not good.
Not an overrun.
But he gets at the overrun. He gives up a flank.
Draw right now, though. If that happens, right? Let's assume that ogres claim their 2 tokens and that salamanders claim their last remaining token. In the center right now, it's 1 unit to 1 unit.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: the way it's at right now, he can take that BSB, run over. He can claim both those tokens at the top of 5 at this point.
He can.
So, I mean,
a fight over the center at this point.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
I think Mike's favorite on that one. He's got some
he has more units to bring with more power.
The likelihood of the tyrants clearing out that middle versus him just getting swallowed up by 2 hordes of nastiness is not likely.
Right.
Especially with that Shade being able to chase after our tackle or throw into that.
Our tackle just ran like crazy and charged into Namagarot.
Okay.
So it's our tackle against Namagarot. Say that 3 times fast.
Right.
So Vicious and Pathfinder, she's not hindered. He'll do a wound, maybe 2.
I think he's just wanting to turn off something.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Probably the Bane Chant. Not that really.
But
Bane Chant.
the heals and Radiance of Life took all of the wounds off of the tyrants here in the woods.
Right, but he's getting double flanked. It's really not going to matter.
Yeah, looks like 1 wound on the doppelgangers, and they didn't get wavered. There's 1 short of wavering them. What's this?
Is our tackle?
Wow.
Tackle.
Yeah, 3. Nice.
11. I think he's not even wavered, right?
Yeah, I think he's fine.
Defense 5. That's a pretty beefy wizard.
That's what she said. Hey-oh!
Yeah, 12-14, so yeah, it's fine. Oh, 12-14, that's a waiver, is it? Oh no, that was definitely, it's only an 8, yeah. So this is expected. That doesn't surprise me. But now he's going to get double charged by, and he's just going to get the 1. Siege Breakers.
Hindered Siege Breakers.
Berserkers can't see him.
Nope.
Yeah.
He might survive that charge.
Oddly enough, the Berserker could see our tackle.
Yeah, but I mean,
then it can't. How to get there? Maybe. Well, it can because it can go around all of it. I guess maybe.
No, because the Siege Breakers would have to go first, and then they would block.
Yeah, and it'll block it off.
And that's when you use the shade to try to block up the ancients, right? Or would you? No. Is the shade mighty? No, he's not mighty, is he?
No,
No.
the shade is not. Shade's
Yeah.
yielding.
So yeah, he can't. He's not in a position to hit them to stop them from moving.
But he is dread. That could
Yeah,
help swing that.
Well, it would help, I guess, if he was able to attack the ancients with something that isn't an ogre.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
by
you're
himself, right?
Yeah,
They're what, dash 13? It's not great odds, but you just poke some wounds and just hope for the best, right?
Yeah, I see Mike backing up on that. That actually could have been bad for him if he didn't kill the tyrants. Then he would be at some risk of.
Because is that the sharpness one? So 10 wounds. Yeah, it's not great.
Well, I'm just looking at this, and he's positioning there. The tyrants are they're going to die at some point, but he now needs some sort of an overrun to get to that center, or he needs to commit carefully with his characters.
It's the same thing as before. He just needs to bring his character models there.
Yep, but
He's
we're
got
down
nimble
to
characters. They can go in and get into that spot and have more unit strength there.
Yep.
Okay. So he's looking to see if he can get the BSB out there. I would,
Yeah, the
I would-
BSP takes it.
I would take the warlock over there, but that's just me.
I take them both. And
So
let
the
the
warlock
pillow
goes
fight
towards the
continue
center,
on top
right?
of the hill.
And then the BSB takes this token. And then the warlock, or I guess you could just leave that, right? And have these guys pick it up next turn.
Yeah. Right, because even if the Lakeladon manages to kill the doppelgangers, which isn't likely, I mean, we're going to do shoot, and they've already taken off the token, so those red goblin scouts have already done more than their points worth.
I think this
Mike's
is what
already
I would
done
do.
that math.
This is exactly what he's doing. Just try to pile unit strength into the center the best you can.
Right.
The other option would be to burn that token off. Then you got 20 inches. You could get everything then into the center afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, but if he's able to burn off that token, then that brings you to a tie if you don't go and take that.
Yeah. It's got, yeah.
So you pretty much that forces your hands to the red goblin scouts. They have to burn it that next token, and then hope for a 7, and then they go in and start.
Yeah, but I think you could have burned both tokens and had the loot, the BSB, coming from the backside of, from the center,
Right.
from the. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's what I would have done. I would have taken the BSB or the Warlock, one of them, and just moved them up and burn that token, free up the Red Goblin Scouts for turn 6. They could just do.
I take the BSB. That way, the Warlock gets to cast his lightning bolts into this affair.
Yeah.
So this is a Warlock. I think has lightning bolt 6. I think this one's got the boomstick.
Yeah, it does.
So looking at this, I think best Ryan might be able to do is a draw at this point. If there's a turn 7, then that's very iffy.
Yeah, I think the game is Mike's at this point to lose. Ryan, I think the best he can hope for is a draw, and everything has to go his way.
Yeah, he has to survive, and then kill the siege breakers on the crack back. He's got to kill Nom there in the center, turn those ancients over, and not die.
All right. I mean, if that Tyrant's Horde dies this turn, which is not likely, but I mean, it's a wrap if they die. But
yeah. So if they don't,
This is here.
8.
Got him.
yeah.
And that definitely should, we move forward.
Alrighty, this is
The big fight.
for all the marbles. 5 hits.
Whoa.
Not a lot of hits.
6 hits. 6 hits.
6 wounds.
6 wounds.
6 wounds, okay, yeah.
You need 10 1.
Dash 17.
Didn't get it.
7 and 6, 13.
So now, which unit do you kill on the crackback if you're Ryan? Do you back up and corkscrew into those berserkers? Or do you countercharge the siege breakers?
That's an interesting call. Oddly enough, I think the berserkers are the easier kill.
I think so too.
Yeah, but the problem is that
So-
takes you even further away.
Take you further away.
Playing
And then all
playing
he's
for
got to
7,
do is
right?
ignore you on his turn and sidestep into the center. Or turn and walk there or whatever.
I think if you're Ryan, you want to pull those big units away from the center and have a chance to maybe tie it up with your Phoenix and your Ancient on a turn 7.
Yeah, but if I'm Mike, why do I take that bait? It's turn 6.
Right. True.
Yeah.
So Artak going in here with the tyrants. He's trying to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, the dude got to.
And then killing this guy would be big.
Makes no difference.
But still not
at all.
enough.
Makes no difference at all.
Yeah, both those guys can get to this to within 3. I don't know. Maybe if the tyrants sidestep 3, they get flanked by the berserkers, but
The tyrants, if they sidestep a full 3, would be within 3, but then they get flanked by berserkers.
yeah,
with
they get
Pathfinder.
flanked by the berserkers.
Yeah.
And that's death, no saving throw there.
So
But
did he heal or did he did heal? Hey, he got nothing.
nothing.
I would have thought about maybe fireballing that unit of berserkers just to try and do a Hail Mary.
I
Or
will
maybe
say
that's what he's doing right now.
I did do that with the Phoenix last year at a Blue City Brawl. Completely whiffed on a heal. It was amazing.
Oh, and he rolled a 3 on the second check for the nerve on Namgar.
Brutal.
So he's going to live. Yeah. And
Favored.
that's bad because now you got those guys coming in the rear.
Eh.
Yeah, but they're crush 1 and a handful of attacks becomes quite
Yeah,
a few.
the Red Goblin Scouts are coming in the back and everything else. And it's all going to be 1 point,
I don't
1
think
point, 1
they'll
point.
reach.
Well, that hurt.
Yeah, they're just out.
Missing something.
I think that was our tackle on the side,
Gotcha.
and I think he just picked that unit up. He did.
Wow.
I just don't think that's enough, though. It's a thing.
Right.
Well, berserkers hit on 4s, and do those have boots?
There you have Pathfinder.
Pathfinder.
Yeah, I mean,
So they degaff.
So
Would
what?
be-
You play for 7. So at this point, I think he plays for 7. He faces the berserkers to try to live, and then he can back up onto the token.
if he pivots right, he can
problem
maybe
comes-
get Phoenix to rear. And not give them a good overrun towards the token.
Well, at this point, if Mike puts even those 3, even if they don't kill that Ancients troop, they're still going to outnumber 3 to 1.
3 to 1. 4 to 1. Because Red Goblin Scouts have a 10-inch move, right?
Well, they're going to want to burn that
They're
one
going
off.
to be just out, aren't they?
Right, so they're just going to burn off that one token and then
Yeah.
diddle everyone else in the middle. And even if they don't kill that Ancients troop, it's still 3 to 1 on the.
Yeah.
He's looking at what it comes when he goes forward, what that looks like. I don't think it looks very good.
Yeah, I think for Ryan at this point, he would need snakes. Might get snakes against those tyrants, and then be able to kill and back up next to the. Yeah, he can even back up close enough.
Yeah, but I would say he can't back up close enough, especially when Mike's going to have basically 4 unit strength in that middle.
Mhm.
If the tyrants back up too, right, then the berserkers just go and like park themselves on the objective.
Or yeah,
It's been a little grim for Ryan at this point.
I mean, hats off to Ryan though for making a decent omelet
No,
out
for
of this.
making a game, you can turn 2.5. You're like he's got no hope.
That's the beauty of this game, right? That it looked like you got.
It is what I like about it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the only thing.
Yep. So that's Mike going into them.
So Ryan needs to live
Yeah.
and to back up. Assuming his ancient strength don't die.
Oh, he could back up far enough.
He's within 6, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You have to back up the full 3.
So to prevent that, the shade needs to go to right
Shade
behind
right
him.
here, yeah. Yeah. Shade goes right here.
Yeah.
Can the shade even attack him, or is it out of arc?
Oh, the shade's an individual. All he's
Shade's
got
an
to do is
individual.
pick-
Oh yeah, so it doesn't matter. So he can go
Until he's
in.
happy.
So he
Yeah, he
puts
just
those
charges
extra
in to pin them in place. Although I think that's worse. Because if you don't bust them, then I just countercharge the shade and I can overrun
Yeah,
6.
you don't attack. You just move him in there and park him an inch away so that he
Yeah,
can back up far enough.
Exactly.
It's fair, dog.
Yeah.
The Warlock's just going to drain life. There's no charge there.
he still wants
BSB's got like...
He still wants to
needs to
try
get
and go down
closer,
3
though.
inches, though.
He needs to move in so that he can contest the token.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
If he sits out there, it's not good.
I mean, yeah, I get I get the shooting.
can-
Drain life's probably better off,
Yeah.
but still, he needs to be
No,
in.
he can...
He needs to
can do both.
attack so that he gets within the 3 inches,
No, because...
or at least get within the 3 inch.
You're right.
bubble.
You are correct. No, that
Yeah, there
doesn't
we go.
Like that. That's okay.
Okay. Now he's got.
Now he's got 2 unit strength in there, assuming what's his face lives.
Yeah, and the BSB should charge, making 3.
PSB should charge in. Yeah, absolutely.
And then get the goblins as close as he can.
And get the goblins as close as you can and let so that if there is a turn 7, he's got options again.
Huh.
And let the doppelgangers go get that last token.
I guess the concern that Mike's thinking about here is that the BSBs don't have a heck of a lot of nerve, and that if he doesn't bust this, which he can't, like I don't think he's busting this ceremonial guard, then at the ancients at this point, he can potentially lose both Nom from our tackle and the BSB from the ancients troop, right?
There you go. Yeah.
And still be tied up on unit strength.
That point, yeah.
I mean,
But that's a draw instead of a win.
Well, I'm assuming that
Well,
Nom
it could be no, because he's also got
You
the
go-
Phoenix that can
yeah,
fly
Phoenix can
20,
fly in.
right?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's a good point.
Phoenix would have to charge in basically. So that otherwise, it's not going to get close enough.
Yeah,
So,
no, totally.
Yeah. Yeah, and no line of sight, so he can't move 20.
but our
Let me
ancients,
take
are they likely to kill a banner bearer? 10 attacks on 3s with crush 1.
Not likely. No,
Are they
defense
10? I
5.
thought they were 12. Am I wrong?
No, they're going to do like
Oh, they're 10,
3-ish
yeah.
wounds. Yeah, the regiment is 12. So like 3-ish wounds. No, that's not likely. That's
That's
10
a-
twice.
Yeah, it's a 10 twice. That's not likely to take him off the board. So
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think if there's a turn 7, if he kills the tyrants with the berserkers and overruns 4 like he just measured, there's a slim chance the Phoenix could take him in the rear and then overrun to the center to add some unit strength, but it's real slim. Yeah, it's not a.
So this is a risk here that Mike's taking that I don't like. I think this gives Ryan more options, oddly enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless he's hoping just for that extra, just boom, put into kill. Because what are the tyrants are what? 15, 17 or
No, they're dash 17.
dash 17?
Yeah.
But those Braves are going to do 13 wounds on average. They hit on 4s.
15 hits, winning on 3s.
He hits, so 10 wounds. That's snakes already.
Should be snakes, yeah.
I think he's just making it just that even more so, just not even making it a chance to. Because obviously he's had dice. He's had dice not go his way the past couple. Already.
Yeah, but if the snakes come here, I think it's
if
giving
the snakes
Ryan
come
more
here, it's really bad. And I think
with Nom, the way Nom backed up, I think actually that just prevented it anyways. So,
yeah, well,
he can't back up enough. To...
Although Nom's likely going to get shot off, though. So
that's what I'm saying.
Interesting.
He rolled a 7 and 11 against it, so it's gone. So,
yeah.
Well, all that talk and it doesn't matter.
It wasn't inspired even, or was it?
It was. It was within 6 of the agents.
Okay, there we go.
No, Artacle only inspires Gekata.
That's right.
Right. The Ancients inspired, but he was out of the inspired range for the Ancients. Right?
Yeah.
I think he was in. Just
he rolled it twice.
No, he wasn't. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, 15 wounds was
enough. Yeah. Now, hard thinking.
So it seems like at this point, Ryan just needs to try and pick up as many points as possible.
Going forward. Going forward, trusting that the Phoenix can't break him.
Well, at this point, it's not even guaranteed there's a turn 7, right?
Right.
Did they roll? No, they did get a turn 7. That's what this little roll here is. So
I don't like that charge.
I thought he was moving forward. He just said
I don't think so. I don't like it either because I thought that would be a perfect target for our tackle.
Yeah, in 1 wound and you pick him up.
And it concedes us in a token regardless now.
Yeah, but if it goes to 7, I mean, they just throw the goblins in the.
Well, this is 7 right now, so yeah.
This is 7 now.
Right, but then because Ryan goes first, so then.
Yeah, I guess he's just going for kill points.
At most, Ryan can bring 2 unit strength into the middle.
Yeah.
And
there's already 3. There's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, Mike can bring 7 into the whole thing, so it's kind of
good point.
Phoenix in the rear.
Phoenix in the rear of Nom, right? So.
And who cares? It's like you're going to remove 1 unit strength, and he's got 7 he can bring into the table. So it's just
he'll have 2 in there, and he's got 3 more that he can bring in. So
where's Phoenix relative to the horde of Berserker Braves? Is it in their flank or their rear?
He's in the flank of the Berserker Brave.
Okay, that's not so good.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's like, yeah, you're right. He's just taking off points.
Right. Yeah.
But I think at this point it's Mike's game. There's just
absolutely.
So then our tackle probably tries to shoot the doppelganger regiment off, just for points.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what? What does the Phoenix do?
Goes to the middle.
Go to the middle and put pressure
for
on.
what though? Wouldn't it be better to try and fireball something?
Fireball something is a good
what's
choice.
What's there to fireball?
Can he? I think that's what he's trying to see is if he can see these guys, one of these 2 guys.
They're not very wounded. But,
yeah, but his likelihood of taking them off the board is rather low. So it's
right. Probably better than his likelihood of taking off the Berserker Braves, though. He needs to get almost perfect wounds and then roll high.
Exactly.
All right, well, here we go. Yep. You called it. Good call there.
Yeah.
Hit 3
Two
times. No, he hits on 3s, doesn't
That's
he?
twice. No, because
He
he
moved. So. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, he should have 3.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing individual give steady aim. So now he's
Well,
fireballing with
considering,
shade.
so considering 3 out of the 4 really didn't know either. I'm probably certain they probably may not know
Yeah,
about the individual giving steady
he
aim.
did nothing to the shade.
Hmm.
And the nerve did nothing to the
Did nothing
doppelgangers.
enough.
Okay.
That's again.
He's just seeing if he picks up Nom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think did he wound even there? I don't even think he
He
wounded.
gets 5, 3 plus 1 for crushing.
Yeah,
If he has,
true.
He hits on 4s because he's Findered. So
Yeah.
he
So that
hit
doesn't
once.
even-
He hit once and a 3 for the wound, so he didn't even wound him.
exactly.
That's
Even
fair.
at crush 1. So
Yeah.
So now it's lottie dottie, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Does he basically go in the rear of these guys with the red goblins just to try and pick them up?
One day I'll be too mature for that joke, but today's not that day.
Yeah. I think goblins just go and have some fun. Even hindered, who cares, right?
Right? There's literally nothing
saying there's a
Ryan
chance.
can do. Nothing Ryan can do to change the game state at this point. Might as well just go in and just do the stupid charges.
Yeah, I mean, our
Yeah.
tackle could pick up for some points.
Oh,
Maybe
and
the
those
ancients.
berserkers.
Yeah.
And the red goblins. Like, this is just all kinds of... He's going to have
Red
a
Goblin's
phoenix
like,
left.
we're doing
Our
something.
tackle and the phoenix left, and that's it. And even our tackle might die, actually.
Just hit him with the red goblins.
Our tackle's out of range for the doppelganger, so it's all up to the red goblins.
We're counting on you,
No,
Red
there's
Goblin.
a warlock with lightning bolt 6 and drain life 5 there.
It's
Drain
true.
life, actually. So that would be the get him out of the way and throw the BSB into the rear of the other unit.
Actually, wouldn't those Red Goblin scouts be hindered? Isn't that they're like a little touch of the...
There is. Yeah, but I would do it anyways. Oh, he's going to try and nimble overrun into the...
Nice.
That's what I'd be doing.
Oh, yeah. Why not,
Be as
right?
obnoxious
And the
as
drain
possible.
life, right?
Yeah,
Just
this,
a couple
this
of points of
literally
drain
means
life,
nothing at
and
this
that's
point.
it.
Might as well just...
Except for the fact that the Red Goblin Scouts may actually do 0 wounds on our tackle and may actually protect him from the drain life.
The tackle's not that tough. 11-13, defense 4.
Right. He's very killable at this stage.
With 4 wounds on him already. Yeah. Only 7 attacks on the scout.
Bane
though,
chant?
so-
What are you going to Bane chant?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Bane chanting the Braves. Nope,
No,
didn't
no.
go.
Womp womp.
Yeah, another chance.
So, okay, so that's not in the fight. That's just there.
Oh, yeah, because Nom didn't even get wounded there. That's hilarious.
Right. And there's
That's
no
drain life.
wounds.
Nothing.
No wounds
Wait.
on the drain life.
Unless that was on our tackle. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
on
okay,
our
there we go.
That was on our tackle.
Yeah.
Got
Hey, guys.
to-
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I think it was on our tackle.
Yep.
Yeah, just a guess.
Very observant, Felix.
Yes.
Look at that. There's
So,
3 more wounds.
yeah, he's not.
Ooh. Ooh.
Get out of here. Get outta
You need
here.
what, 3? He needs a 3. There we go.
Even pause. It's like,
Whew.
Attaboy, Red
Oh.
Goblin Scouts. Do things.
And here's Mike sweeping the leg like you asked him to earlier.
Have a day, Mike. Have a day. Look at that.
And
No, nothing there. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, the
He
defense
was in 5s. Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing.
Here's the shade.
Shade.
One wound from the
One.
shade.
Ooh.
And the Braves.
The Braves did.
17 hits.
Oh, go Braves. 17 hits. 5 wounds.
Yeah. 5
5
wounds.
6 needs a
Not
7.
enough.
No, 4 doesn't do it.
4 does not do it.
Or wait, was he being chanted?
Did he get Bane
He
chanted?
did have Bane Chan on it.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
All right, I guess we'll just wait for them to come back in the room over here.
Oy. He wasn't tabled though. You called it. Phoenix
He was
surviving.
yeah, Phoenix was alive.
Alrighty. Now, what were the questions you had? You had one question, Chris, about the. Yeah, it was early on.
It was why didn't Canada turn to fire sprites instead of the tyrants? Because the tyrants were going to die anyways.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm curious what Ryan's thought process was early on when he made all those early turn charges.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the flyer, because I just thought that was one.
I thought that was a
kinda
big
needed to
mistake
hold
on the
back.
left-hand side when he threw the scorch wings into
Yeah.
I think he should have played for a little bit longer game, a little more patience, shoot, get some wounds on.
Dance around a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good at that. And shooting at the casters would have been not a bad thing just because they're
Not a bad choice at all.
not individuals. So
No, they're not individuals, and their nerve is not super great. So
yeah, 12-14 defense 4.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and the amount of drain life and lightning bolts that those guys pump out with using the bonus dice that they get is just so nasty.
yeah.
although I know, isn't bonus dice, is that regiment and higher or is that horde and higher?
Horde.
Hordes. Yeah.
Yeah, so he didn't get a lot of that in the way his army was built.
They really didn't have that much. So what is that rule? That's
It's called Ogre.
Warlock. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, large infantry regiment, large infantry horde, large infantry legion.
Oh,
It's-
regiments count. All right.
Yeah. Okay, so that gave him his bonuses.
Shows how much I play ogres.
Yeah, never played him.
And when I play against him, it's generally just against Jesse Cornwell, and I just cry most of the time. So
And then you just cry.
yeah, I just don't know what's going on. It's just like, why can't I beat you?
All right, we're just waiting for them to come in.
Yeah.
So they can we can hear their thoughts on the game, and
I will say it wound up closer than I expected.
much closer. Ryan's ceremonial guard needed to live one more turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys called it though early on when you said the Phoenix was going to run over there and grab those 2 tokens.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the game had been a little more swingy in the middle for a while, then we might never have seen those Berserker Braves that horde into the fight just because it had to worry about Phoenix.
Yeah.
Right.
I will say the one thing that surprised me is the ogres had a lot of lightning bolt for distance shooting, but I felt like the salamanders had a lot of potential distance shooting as well. So
A lot, yeah.
yeah, I was surprised that they didn't get better damage out of it. Hey, Ryan.
Hey there. Yeah, as to your point, if I committed to shooting, then I would have taken charges. So turn 2, I think I still made a mistake in charging in with that stuff with the clan lord and the scorch wings. But I mean, I think what killed me was when they the tyrants and the Ember Sprites charging the regiment of berserkers and not.
And didn't
Killing
get
them.
him. Yeah, that was very disastrous for you. I agree.
That definitely didn't help.
Because I popped the Strider boots. But it is what it is. It ended up being a pretty close game. I tried to scrounge it out, but
Yeah, it was certainly much closer than a lot of us were thinking. Because at the end of turn 2, it was looking pretty bleak for you.
Yeah, I was feeling great after 2, and then I was.
I made a couple errors.
Hey, pucker it up a
when I
little
did
bit, Mike.
reform, when he charged my ceremonial guard in that double charge, if I would have moved the ancients that were on their left further, I could have
Yeah.
blocked the siege charging. And then when I did the reform on the tyrant, I reformed them so that they couldn't hit anything that charged them. So that was pretty big. But Mike played well. I mean, ogres, I didn't realize they could pop out so much lightning bolt.
Yeah, all of a sudden. Did the lightning bolt do much though?
That was one of the things, Mike, that I wondered about if you were going to bring that magic in one spot and focus fire it on things, and you didn't. You kept it pretty spread out.
That was my original plan. I was going to put all the wizards in the center and focus fire on something.
Yeah.
But he concentrated so much mass in the center that it made more sense strategically for me to spread to either flank.
Right.
It blew up my lightning game, but it was worth it in the end.
Right.
It split.
It still impacted me. Like I couldn't be aggressive, like with those Scorch Wings, being defense 3. If I give him a lightning bolt 9 on them, if he gets hot dice, I could waver him, or
Right.
I mean,
yeah, and you're
I
only 18.
I thought you just should have given it to him.
You're only an 18-inch
Yeah,
range.
I'm only
is
18
that
inch
right?
now.
Yeah, and he's 24, so he's outranging you by 6 inches.
And and there's no piercing on it. So really, 12 shots on 4s and 4s, is that worth putting it out there for? Whereas if I charge, I get Thunderous. I thought I'd put more damage out with it, but yeah, I don't know.
So there was one spot in the game where it looked like your named character, Artaco, it looked like he was taking penalties for shooting. How were you guys playing that? Did he take minuses to shoot, or did he shoot at?
Sometimes she did, yes, but
if he's shooting
like
into
what
the
I
woods,
did
it's
is I would
one.
put her in the terrain and have her leader point hang out.
Right.
So if the leader point's hanging out of the terrain, she doesn't take penalties.
Right. I thought you took penalties
There were
for
times
moving
where
and shooting as well.
Not
No
that I saw.
steadying.
Okay, all right. I just misunderstood it then.
No worries.
So, Mike, I have a quick question for you. When you countercharged, you had siege breakers in the flank of tyrants and the Ember Sprites down there over the obstacle. So he double charged your regiment of Berserker Braves.
Yeah,
and
that
you
was a critical.
siege breakers into his flank. I was just curious why you didn't countercharge the Ember Sprites with the regiment as opposed to putting them into the tyrants as well.
Well, I had the wizard there, and the wizard, when you do drain life against a low toughness target, gives you a lot of heal.
Okay.
And I like the idea of that Berserker regiment being farther over to the right, because I was planning to charge the 2 units at the ceremonial guard, so I wanted the Berserkers over there to hit them next turn.
Okay. Yeah, good strategic move.
But yeah, that was a critical moment. That was a bummer for you, Ryan. It would have been a very different game if they had broken through.
Oh yeah,
They should have broken through.
Yeah, because they couldn't have been charged. They could have had a.
Yep.
And I was debating whether to even pop the Strider boots because I'm thinking,
was
gosh,
the
I
right
get
call.
10 hits and 9 wounds. But I thought I need to pop them because if I pop them, it's game changing because I then have you pincered in there, and 15 hits should be 13 wounds. Your dash 15. I thought for sure I'd get it down to Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
But they just whiffed hard.
I love those Berserker regiments, though. That dash 15 surprises people so often. It's just like, oh, I just took my combat main into that chaff unit, and they're still there.
Yeah, it's interesting. 15, 14, no, but 15, yes.
15, for some reason, is the magic number for me.
Yeah.
15 survives, but 14 doesn't.
I feel the same way about 16 versus 17 for regiments.
Single points of nerve are huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the Rhino regiments, too. The dash 15, defense 5. Those are great. Similar to the Berserkers. They don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised not to see any Rhinos in your army. I like them a lot.
I tried to fit in. Like I said, I usually have the Rhinos instead of the Ember Sprites, but I'm trying to fit the Scorchwings in because I have models painted that look really good.
Yeah.
And so I dropped the Rhino regiments down to Scorchwing regiments, and that gets a lot of points.
Ah.
It all makes sense now.
Well, it was a good game. It was fun to watch.
Very good game.
It was interesting listening to the different comments because the smart people were saying, oh, this is where they're going to go. And I'd be like, no, they should do this. And you'd go where these smart people said. It was good. It was fun.
Don't look at me. I'm just here for average look.
Yeah, I wasn't looking at your screen, Felix. You're good.
Yeah, thanks for commenting, guys. It was fun.
Yeah, hey, it was great.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was an interesting game to watch.
All right, with that, I will take us out.
How many people were watching at the highest?